What's
Look
up?
at this.
Public housing
We've got
residents.
Chapo
It's
X
disgraceful.
TrueAnon
This
on the
mayor
stream.
has made
Thank
our
you for all who
lives
came over
here,
from my
and I think
last,
every housing developer
VMA stream.
very
Kind of a weird
uncomfortable.
whiplash, but we're here
Under the Trump administration,
and ready
the New
to
York City
comment
Housing
on
Authority
some
has received an influx of
Are you
cash
ready
that
for
it
some
hasn't seen
politics?
since 1997.
Listen to that party.
So,
I was
what's
born ready.
exciting is I haven't watched a single second of the RNC or the DNC, so
Oh, you're missing so much, Liz. It's been a festival.
ready to have my mind blown.
Black Americans.
I'm sure you can
We-
imagine.
That
We have such sights to show you,
on
Liz.
Waiting list for New York City public housing for 10 years or more. But
Have they
yet,
talked about the beautiful
we have
voters
illegal
yet?
immigrants
Has that been at the
living
RNC?
here. Something is wrong with that.
I have not heard
there's
anyone
been no
explicitly
voter
mention a
fraud.
voter.
Came in with Lynn Patton as the
Maybe we
regional
can
Somebody's
shout out.
echoing.
It helped us.
Oh, somebody's echoing.
Some
Oh,
long,
Brace.
systemic
Oh.
problems
I'm not
that we
hearing
are
any
now
echo here. It
putting
might
on
just
Oh,
be
I'm
Amber.
not getting an echo. I'm plugged in.
President Trump's administration have
Oh.
opened their ear and have
I'm
listened.
I'm sorry we
There's
missed Dana
been
White, but we also did not
improvement
have
in public housing.
Felix here to do
We're very
the commentary on it.
appreciative
So
of this administration that has come and finally shined a light on what's going on and bringing real solutions.
what were you guys
to a
watching
real
before we came on?
You got a bad computer. Got a bad pooter. Your pooter's busted.
Wait. Maybe Brace can
Hello,
finally.
my name is Ann Dorn.
Hey, can you hear?
I feel like anytime we have Brace on, it's just having like an 80-year-old Jewish grandfather who doesn't know how to open a PDF.
Wait. I've got you muted for a second.
Dedicated,
Unmute.
loving life partner I could have hoped for.
Hey.
Was
Brace?
I muted for that? Yes.
Yes. Okay, great.
No.
We're back. We got Brace.
He was blessed with the
What?
gift of gab. And that
So
gift
what I'm doing is
soul
I got the headphones on over the AirPods.
Yeah, great.
Special
So you got them
Why?
for two different.
Oh, how
'Cause
gifted. And they
For
were-
some reason, Discord will only let me use one.
Day was all about service.
Like if
Where's
I
the
connect
clicker?
with the Discord, I don't know.
Bring me the clicker.
And
It's not. It literally is not my fault.
5 of these clickers, not
You
a
select the
40
things, and then with the browser it doesn't work.
But he never reached
Brace,
It
do you
can't be my fault.
Okay,
Okay.
everybody.
Brace, do you have an external microphone anywhere near you?
screaming.
Can you turn down the gain just a hair because you're a little loud?
No, there's no
blowing my ear
game.
out.
It's like it's
Brace
a
demands to
$20
know how
microphone.
to open PDF.
After members of his
Where are my
family-
grandchildren?
All right,
I love this. I get to feel technologically savvy now because my Gugas are working.
All right. Let's see. I think I can control your volume from here. So I think I can mix you in.
He trusted Dave
right, how about
implicitly.
Oh,
Asked
that's
Dave to
much
help
better.
That's
secure
better.
it.
Okay.
David
Yeah,
readily
wait,
better,
that sounds
sounds better.
normal.
Whenever the
Okay.
shop's alarm
Yeah,
go off,
there you
All
go.
right, we're in.
the alarm company called Dave.
Thank you, everyone,
Let me
again for
just,
bearing.
once again,
If he got a call after I went to bed, he would wake me up and tell me he
Flawless.
was Lee's.
Flawless machinery
To
here.
make sure everything was
Wonderful
all right.
transition.
We have not missed
Most of the time, they were
anything
false alarms, triggered
too
by a
good
storm,
tonight. I
tornadoes.
should make note of the fact,
never
because we have
rested
Brace and Liz
easy.
on the stream here, that
Until I heard
the
Dave's
very
call to
first
Louisville,
speaker of the night was
knowing
the
he was
Attorney
most
General of the state of Utah, who used his entire
The
speech to
alarm
talk
went off
about
in 10
ending
seconds.
human
That's
trafficking
real.
and saving the children. So
It was about
already,
Hell yeah.
Got it?
But he didn't. Did he say?
You know
Did
what
he
it
use?
means.
Did he use?
Super shot.
Did he use any coded language? Did he talk about any storms gathering? Did he talk about going anywhere with other people, maybe
he
together?
did not. He did not.
Okay.
He did not. He just talked about how Trump is at the cutting edge of ending the scourge of teenage girls being
I spent the
taken.
evening
Yeah.
getting ready
To
for
anywhere
bed.
other than his modeling agency.
After I'd gone to bed,
I gotta
Okay,
say, I
and,
think they're kind of
point out-
dancing
I love that
around
they
it.
worship a literal human trafficker. The guy they think is going to stop the human trafficking is an
Yeah.
actual human trafficker.
He bought a woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's just the free market, baby. But it's the thing is, it's funny is they always talk about Hollywood pedos, and don't get me wrong, they're all. I mean, they're correct on that. But
Yeah.
like, I feel like running like a Miss America pageant kind of qualifies you as like the New York version of a Hollywood pedo.
Absolutely, that's what the New York people
Yeah.
do. Yeah, they don't have casting couches. They have beauty pageants
Exactly.
and modeling
Hey, 'cause we're on the
runways.
go here.
that kind
We're
of stuff.
working. can make it here. You can make it anywhere, baby. Oh.
whoops.
This is the widow of a St. Louis police officer who was killed by Antifa-style thugs, I believe.
Police was standing outside.
And
All right.
Dorner?
God damn it.
So
Which-
I wondered why
things are
And
going
Dorner
on. Yeah.
it wasn't uncommon for him to be up watching TV at this
How
time.
come I keep getting the wrong stream?
I called out to him several times.
He watched TV till 4
Are you
a.m.
watching
I got David Brooks on TV. I thought we were doing PBS. You guys are gaslighting me at all times.
Tears. He uttered the words. Every
You motherfuckers gaslight me constantly. I'm sick of it.
Oh, sorry, it's C-SPAN, Matt. It's in the general chat.
Well,
It's in the text channel.
I just am clicking on things and people are telling me incorrect information.
My hope is
Guys, the chat is calling us boomers. We have to stop this.
I think
I'm 30 years old.
We'll have to put them
I'm
in
not a
jail.
boomer. I'm just a girl.
and bring about positive, peaceful.
I am a
The
boomer
real
and fuck
Is the
you.
guy who shot at this fucking lady's husband.
And indifferent.
That is
Gun,
calling
the
us
noise of a
boomers.
gun.
We have to stop this.
I think
I'm 30 years old.
We'll have to put.
mayhem.
Good
and
job.
Just hit reset and bring all the characters back to
Well,
Hmm.
David
And
never-
Dorn. That's a name.
never
Dorn.
coming back to me.
Yeah, I
I'm
believe
It's
telling
Christopher
you.
Dorner's wife.
that's I already made that joke.
no. She's Roger.
I can
She's
hear you.
Roger Dorn's ex-wife.
I
Major
already
League,
made-
baby.
Well, it was
she's-
a good
she's
joke.
Michael Dorn of Star Trek: The Next Generation's ex-wife. Come on,
They
guys.
do not safeguard black lives.
That's never Star Trek is never the correct answer, or Star Wars for that matter.
It's always the right answer, Matt.
To restore order in our communities.
We need an Ann
In a
Dorner.
time when police departments are short.
So what, has it just been shit like this? Like ladies talking about their husbands?
Need that help.
Yeah.
We should accept that help.
Apparently,
Or their murdered daughter.
last night,
Before we can affect
and
change.
last night had
We
some
cannot heal
moments.
amid
So
devastation and chaos.
there's a little bit of crazy. There was that Cuban woman with the terrifying Judge Doom
Oh
eyes.
God, she looked like Judge Doom. She was very scary.
Ooh.
We need to come
I don't know if it was
She had
like
these eyes.
Botox thing or what.
Is precious.
She was like when Lisa Marie dresses up like a human in Mars Attacks.
I'll tell you what, that lady was
Oh,
a real
yeah, it's
bad-
Ben
Walks
Carson.
like this.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, hi everybody,
I'd like to
it's
say
Ben
that
Carson.
our
Yeah,
hearts
I'm
go
good
out to
talking
the
Yes,
about
yes, it's
And
the
the
brain
other
doctor
housing
in the
and
house.
urban development. Who
impacted by the
doesn't
tragic
like
events
development
in
or
commercial
housing?
bank.
King of the
As
Yimbys.
Jacob's mother
Or the
has
herbs.
urged the country, let's use our hearts, our love, and our
Think about the time when
intelligence
him and
to work
Trump were
together
like trying to figure out
to
who
show
gets
the
on the
rest
stage
of the
first,
world
or like
how
you know
Yeah.
they were
humans are
like
supposed
It was
to
weirdly
Oh,
live.
yeah, they couldn't figure it out.
Think
They
about
couldn't
that,
figure out how to
is
walk
great
out
when
out
we
on stage.
behave
It was
No,
amazing.
it was kind of cute.
In order
Like
to
they had like a
succeed in
moment.
he was like
change, we must
insistent
first
on
come
no, I'm gonna
together
go
in
last.
love
So he was
of
like,
our
no, you guys
fellow
go before me.
citizens.
I'm staying here.
History
'Cause
reminds
he's a
us
showman.
that
Showman's
necessary
showman.
change comes through hope.
No, I thought
and
what it
love,
was that
not
Carson was
senseless and
supposed to go and he
destructive
just stood there. He like
Yeah,
blanked
yeah.
out.
He did, yes.
And then it was, and then
To
that caused a
America
backlog
divided,
behind
that,
him because he
quote,
just kept, he didn't move.
Your purpose
was a
Ah, my
big
boy,
plainly
he's
stated,
great.
is that you will destroy the
You
You think
government
Ben Carson eats pussy?
unless you be allowed to construe and enforce
I think-
the Constitution
No,
as you please.
I always
maybe
thought
you
he-
could convince him to
dispute
eat
between you and
a
us.
very obscure
You
reference
will
in like the
rule
Book of Daniel or
ruin,
something.
and
For
all
some reason, I
events.
always get the vibe from him that he
Unquote.
loves it.
These words of warning
I could
are
see that.
relevant today.
I mean, he likes getting up in them
We have a
guts. We know
choice.
that much.
Do we want
Yeah.
big government that
Always.
controls
Yeah.
our lives from cradle to grave?
He's the damn
Or do we
head
believe
surgeon.
in
He's
the
got that
power
crazy head
and
game.
wisdom of the
Yeah.
people
He's
He
also
and their
loves
ability
giving
to
brain
self-govern
in one way or
with
another.
help
We know
from
this.
He was
limited
also mentioned
federal
in The
government.
Wire, which made him epic.
Our
He's epic
president,
because he was on The
Donald
Wire.
J. Trump,
Yes, he
believes
is.
in the people. He is one of us.
He's so
He
cool.
Thanks
makes
for-
promises and he keeps them.
Oh no.
He is transparent, and we certainly know what he's
I'm sorry,
thinking.
I've lost all
He
of
does not
the
submit to
Discord.
political correctness or to its enforcers, the media. He is real.
I'm
Right
sorry,
now,
folks. I'm
we
not
need
sure
real.
what to do about this.
We need courage. We can't cower in the corner
Come
and
on.
hope that no one calls us a name,
Disconnected.
believing that will keep us
There's
safe.
storms here in New York
Yeah.
right now.
That
Oh,
is
here we
not-
are.
There's
They're
a
back. They're back. They're
Stargate
back. They're back. They're
connecting,
back.
will
They're
not
back.
lead us
like
to a
underneath the
good
Pentagon
and just
to
place.
Jerusalem.
We
I have
must
2 10
remember
milligrams
all
edibles
those
and
My
I'm
shit's
feeling
frozen
it
now.
now.
everything
Let's
Now it is
go.
I that
I
is the
can see.
boomer.
freedom. And we must be willing to do the same.
I gotta
for
tell you,
those
man,
who come after
only
us.
the real
President
peace
Trump
and freedom is
does not
embracing
dabble
that you're a
in identity
boomer.
politics.
'Cause
I'm looking
otherwise,
at the
you'll be
stream,
torn
and
apart
I
by
don't
the
think you can
anxiety.
see us.
Yeah, you guys went out for just a second on my stream, but you're back now.
Lifts all boats.
Cool.
Many on the other
I
side
promise you it's
love
working.
to incite division by claiming that
It
President
doesn't, though.
Trump
That is not
a
true.
racist.
What about the boats that are subsumed
They
and
could not
capsized
be
and
more
sink
wrong.
and drowned?
Years ago, Jesse Jackson gave
I saw a
Donald
Since
YouTube
when?
ad
Award
today
for
for
the
it
economic
was a Trump
opportunities
voters
he
ad,
created for
which I
black
thought was
people.
cool. What's up with these
In
boat? I
Palm
pretty
Beach,
much ignored
Florida,
all that. There's just like a
Donald
lot of
Trump
boating guys
led
now.
the
There's
crusade
beautiful
to allow
boaters.
black
They love the
teenagers
boat.
into
We love
private
them in
Like
the
a
boating.
yachtsman thing?
stores. One of the
No, it's
first
like
things he
some
did
group
to
of
prove
people
that
who are
Brace,
like,
was bring the
Brace, as
office
part
of
of his
historically
re-election
black
campaign,
colleges
Trump
and
has embraced
universities into the
both
White House
the vehicle,
so
the
that it
means
could
of
get
conveyance, the
proper
boat, and the
attention
people who
and
sort of
financial
adopt it as a
support.
lifestyle,
Before the
as sort of a
pandemic,
mascot or
African-American
symbol of the
unemployment
silent majority
was
of
at an
Americans
all-time
who
low.
love and support him.
President
And as
Trump
proof of that, we'll
accomplished
have
prison
arranged these sort of
reform. He
armadas
created
of sort of
incentives
leisure
well, the armadas
boaters
came
who have
first.
these
Well, the
Trump
first one
flags.
it was originally a group of boaters, apparently inspired by these guys who were doing a fake super PAC. There's probably some sort of money laundering or multi-level marketing scheme. As a part of it, they said, "Mr. President, we want to do a boat rally for you." And he saw it, and he was just so happy because they all loved him and they were on a boat. And then he said, "I love the boaters." He tweeted about it, and so other boaters saw it and started doing more Trump parades. There was a 1,000+ long, record-breaking Trump boat parade, I think, in the intercoastal in Florida or somewhere. And the thing is that that's one of those perfect self-deceiving, bias situations because, of course, boaters like Trump.
Yeah,
you know, the type of person to own a boat is like the exact demographic that is most likely to support Trump.
Yeah,
And so, of course, boats, it's not like there were a bunch of competing Biden boat rallies. It was just more Trump rallies. And so Trump decided, actually, because all the voters like me, that means everyone in America has a boat. If you look at how much the voters love me, it means I, by definition, am going to win.
I would argue it depends on the boat. Obviously, kayak people, total Democrats.
No, these are the boats you putter around on engines, outboard engines only. Yes.
Yeah, Amber, if a boat is fun to be on, it's a Republican voter. If it's a fucking pain in the ass and a chore to be on it, it's a Democrat.
Exactly.
I was thinking.
If you're on one of those like tandem canoes, you're like a Jill Stein voter.
I was thinking
your recreation
in the Saudi Gulf, and then it's a Democrat yacht.
Yeah.
If it's recreation that it actually causes exertion, then you're a nerd and a liberal. If your recreation is letting the motor do the work and getting drunk, then you're a Republican.
I was thinking
this Republican AOC woman with her giant eyeballs.
And our country.
I don't remember her name.
Jacqueline Alamany.
Police officer for 30
she also has like really.
One of those years
all right, we're back on.
The cops who protect
I mean, everyone has bigger eyes than me. I get it, but like those are startling peepers.
I've never heard.
Oh, she looked like a tune.
Amber, let me see your eyes.
Who are saying the same thing. Our
They're
hands
normal.
are tied. If we're going to turn the tide and restore law and order, we cannot fall into the left's trap.
Sorry about that, everyone.
There is nobody who hates bad.
You gotta beat him to the
Lord
punch.
freaking order.
That doesn't matter to the radical left. To them, we're all just bad because we're all just blue.
Yeah, right.
Their anti-law
That's
enforcement
absolutely
campaign
true, dude.
isn't about a single incident.
That's why
It
they
isn't
shot
a result of
Serpico.
one
He was a
bad
bad
law
cop
or one
because
bad policy.
he talked about how the
It's
guy's
about a
selling
message.
heroin.
The message is police
Serpico, a lot of people don't know
the
that
enemy.
Serpico is
message is
actually
criminals
banned
have
from
the
New
right
York
to
City
resist
DSA
The
for getting a little
message
too
is that if you
handsy at a
commit
couple of their
crime,
meetings.
if you victimize the
real?
most vulnerable people, the justice
that's funny.
system will not hold
No,
you
that's not.
accountable.
No, it's not real.
That's the message echoing through city halls and state houses.
He does
across
kind
our
of look
country.
like he looks like
It's
kind of like
playing on a loop in the
if
media.
Connor O'Malley
The
had
criminals have
become a
heard that
cop.
message, and they're taking full advantage.
He is like it is great when you see like an actual like operating stereotype doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing. And there's a guy named
something that they don't.
Patty Lynch, and you know he's
Patty
Patty.
Lynch.
We have a powerful
You know
voice
he's Patty.
in the most powerful office in our country.
My friends call me Patty. You can
President
call me
Donald J.
Officer
Trump.
Lynch.
Unlike the Democrats who are running in
Like
fear of
just
the mob in the
making
street,
that face,
President Trump has
pointing
never
while
apologized
he's
for supporting
talking,
police
always
officers
pointing. He's always doing
standing
that.
up for law and order. Unlike the Democrats
hair,
who
though.
froze
Amazing
in the face
cock
of
hair.
rioting and looting,
Long face.
President Trump matches his words with
We're
his
doing
actions.
law and
He
order,
gives law enforcement the support
yeah.
and the tools we need to go out there and put a stop to it. Period.
You know what? This figure of Pat Lynch is like, and he would not be speaking if Jeb Bush or Mitt Romney were president right now. This is like the perfect New York City Trump douchebag who is like the perfect Trump guy to be in his circle and among his biggest defenders.
I don't know. I think it's literally because they. I mean, he's a great get for them right now because of all the BLM protests, because they, want to make, DeBunglio look really bad. Like, he's actually got some national cachet right now.
When it comes to your safety,
I mean, I do fucking hate Bill de Blasio. The thing
He's
about
awful. He's not a man.
Republicans always talk about like Democrat-run cities and states being pieces of shit, and they're right. I mean, not like Republican ones are like great or anything; they're bad too. But like California, horrible. New York City, bullshit. Chicago, awful. Every Democrat-run city is a pile of shit.
I'm the former mayor of New York City.
There we go. We got Giuliani out the place here. We got Rudy. He's going to lose it. He's going to go off.
Elected a self-described progressive Democrat as mayor. New York City, once described as America's crime capital, had become
here we go.
1990s America's safest large city.
Oh wow! You know what? He looks a little bit like late Pesci. You know how Joe Pesci is kind of collapsing into himself.
And violent crime
in The Irishman, yes,
definitely unheard of in the past.
Who is this guy? Oh, it's Giuliani.
It's Giuliani. Who's this guy?
It's this Democrat mayor.
I told you though, he's sort of like collapsing on into himself.
Prevented the police from
He's way lower energy than 2016. America!
Did he get his teeth fixed? Because he has some of the grossest teeth.
No, the bottom row still looks like shit.
Okay.
You can see him.
New Yorkers wonder
how looks like Nosferatu. By crime so quickly. Look at his glasses. He looks like a fucking spy or spy or something.
Don't let
he looks like Austin Powers.
Yeah, baby.
Again, the Democrats are urging you to vote for an obviously.
People pointed out how Trump's political milieu was 80s New York, and like Bernie gets that is like his psychic world. That's what he thinks the world is, and like he surrounds himself with guys from that era, Giuliani and stuff. And they've spent like the last 20 years like telling this absurd story of New York being a hellhole, even though it's obviously turning into a giant open air Sephora. Because in their head, they're still like traumatically recreating that era when they were scared, but they were also unleashed. And they get off on that dynamic. And now they're like consciously trying to make New York like that again. Because they want that, because that's what gave them pleasure, this whole new thing where it's like, no, crime is pretty much non-existent in New York for a city its size. That's not, it's not satisfying. They need to go back. They're destroying it on purpose.
And like the other thing is like the scaremongering about New York right now in 2020 based on crime is so fucking funny because like there's been like a slight uptick in violent crime since quarantine has started in New York City, but like overall like of the trends of when DeBungler was mayor, like
I mean
I'd say
it was noticeable, like the uptick in crime. But I don't know.
Sure, but it's noticeable from an all-time modern low is the thing.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's like it's a bounce up from as low as it's ever been in the modern era.
The Bronx is not burning or anything.
You guys have been watching this whole fucking thing, right? Like every night?
Yeah.
How many times have they said Antifa?
A bunch of times.
People beaten.
They mentioned
they've had it up here with those guys.
Because every speaker so far has mentioned it that I've seen. Past whatever 3 speakers have all mentioned it.
And the police
seems like it's the only thing they're talking about.
Oh, hey, Liz is still in the chat.
Jesus.
But observe the crime.
We're just missing your.
But the worst of it was the slaughter.
We're just missing your video.
I can see your video.
Oh, really?
The murder.
I see it in the chat. I see it in the chat stream, but not on Twitch. We're getting every problem you could have.
Oh, well, I'm glad I did a fucking power hour before just running this on hard mode.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
We can hear you, yes. It's just
I'm watching the stream right now.
And on his way to St. John.
You are You're the yin and yang in doing their eternal dance instead of a face.
We can hear you. We just don't have video on. No video.
I just leave and come back.
My God.
Cookout in Brooklyn.
Madness.
And it caused no outrage.
Yeah, I gotta say, I've never any of the problems tonight we've encountered. I've never encountered before.
Republicans.
There we go. Back in.
Wild stuff. Wild stuff.
Well, yeah.
So I don't know if you guys noticed, but Giuliani was in the midst of like hyping himself up about how Democratic mayors turned peaceful protests into vicious, brutal riots or something, and then like get to stop himself and literally go. And he had to like sort of like push spit back into his mouth as he was talking. It was very lovely.
He's a sex machine. Look at him.
Using the progressive Democrat approach to crime, which is to do nothing.
He doesn't sound well.
To release prisoners.
God, man, what a federalism is such a fucking blessing. You can have a guy be president during an unprecedented collapse of all things, and you can convince a solid 42 to 45% of the fucking voting public that all of that dysfunction is because of local officials. Nothing flows from the top of a political system.
There is no question.
Come on, we're going to talk about Israel.
Of restoring safety for our people.
Giuliani's doing the interesting.
Because if this is happening under Trump and Trump can't beat, if Trump can't beat a bunch of Democratic mayors, why vote for him?
Trump will fight with all his.
But he's talking about all these like horrendous murders of like a St. John's basketball scholarship guy getting murdered after he graduated high school, or some baby getting shot in the street, and it's just like, well, the people who did those crimes were presumably arrested and thrown in jail and like prosecuted for doing those murders, which is like the reason people are angry is that the cops are killing people and like getting away with it, or and then also just this idea that if all these horrific murders are still going on. Regardless of this, it's like we should just be fany with that or happy that this is completely just like, don't look at all these other murders.
The argument is that Antifa and BLM are making it so cops can't do their job, which is why people are dying. Crime is up because cops can't be effective. That's the argument.
It's not because people are incredibly desperate and have been locked up, so they go insane.
Crime's up because crime rules. People are finally starting to figure it out. Have you done a?
Might have something to do with an unprecedented social collapse, like a fucking pandemic and goddamn attending economic collapse. That might have something to do with the rise in crime. Economic collapse, a thing that usually corresponds to rises in crime rates historically.
Hey, how about this? Economic prolapse.
Oh dear, that's what we're dealing with right now.
The GOP videos are really good.
Yeah, wait, hold
They're
on.
all narrated
oh
by
yeah,
John Voight.
I love this filter they put on.
Yeah, John Voight, baby.
So good.
Joe Biden
seem to grow more accommodating to the Chinese government.
It is.
It's like they're like political fan mixtapes. That's what they feel like. It's like watching like NBA mixtapes.
Dude, that would be so sick to live in a country where Mao's on the money.
Yeah.
To be fair though, like, what an unattractive leader.
Mao?
One of the worst looking dudes.
Just not a cutie. Would not.
Now they don't.
Unfortunate looking anyway. And then you got the fact that he never showered or brushed his teeth.
He swam.
I washed my dick in the cups of horse.
Oh, the Yellow River, yes. That definitely did the job.
All right. Well, I would. Okay. Well, sometimes I don't know if you've encountered women before, but sometimes women think that maybe looks aren't everything. Maybe a personality is pretty good. Maybe the thoughts of the guy.
I will say that very young.
I think Mao.
Very young Mao was pretty handsome.
Wash your dick, Mao.
All right, I'm going to take this.
Really, oh God, there he goes.
Everything seems stable. I'm going to take this moment to use the bathroom and try to get some food and stuff.
You can do it.
You guys, imagine if Tom Cotton had a kid with Abby Shapiro and how long their neck would be. It would look like that Star Wars race that's in the Jedi Council, where it's like a brontosaurus neck.
I thought you said Star Wars was never the answer.
I said Star Trek is never the answer.
But you said Star Wars 2.
Star Wars and
you added, yeah.
Star Wars 2. This is Star Wars 3.
You added.
Oh my God.
Dude's such a nut job.
I'm gonna take a blue
hypocrisy in this podcast is. I'm being gaslit.
Oh yeah, you know it.
This is why Tom Cotton has no chance of becoming the next president. Just because, like, look at
what is he talking about? What is his pitch? First of all, it's two things though. First of all,
president, he's going to be the head of the. He's going to be like the head of the NSC, which is even worse.
Yeah, this is why you know that he can't be president. One, charisma zero, long neck mutant, no one likes, dork, pencil neck, out of here. Two, he's getting a shot at the RNC to like pitch his shit. And what is he talking about? National defense and the need to have a robust military, which is at this point not what gets the pleasure centers going of the people who are supposed to like lead us into the new fascist age. These people want borders, they want culture war, they want militarized interior. They hate military adventurism. They hate military adventurism because it means guns and troops elsewhere, not defending the frontier where they're needed. He's missed the moment completely.
He just wouldn't be able to. It would be like the end of season 3 of Fargo.
I'm just saying a lot of people think he's going to run for president. I'm saying he has no chance at that. That's what I know. He could be in the. Of course, he could become the deep state. I'm saying is that people who talk about him as the presidential candidate, I disagree with that. I don't think he's got a chance.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's
He's
not
scary though.
Yeah, but it would be someone like Tucker or something. You got to be a showman. You can't.
My Pillow guy. I'm telling you guys, My Pillow man.
Who?
Mark Lindell. Mark Lindell's
Tucker's to win.
Mark Lindell. I'll take
Tucker's to lose, I guess.
If Lindell and Tucker run, I'm betting on My Pillow guy.
My Pillow guy.
I mean Tucker.
I'm just saying. If you want to bet, Liz, if that happens and we're both still alive, I will bet on Mark Lindell over Carlson. So we'll do a bet if that happens.
Mike Lindell.
Whatever it is.
I don't think Tucker. I think Tucker is probably.
Yeah, he's going in on Chinese communism, y'all.
He looked at how miserable going from TV to politics made Trump. And Tucker might just be like, I got a better gig here, you know? Because it might much rather be an advisor.
Yeah, but it depends on who's, like, what happens with the party, and, I mean...
I guess, yeah.
And, like, who's in there and who he would be advising. Yeah, I don't know. He's a real ideologue, so, I mean, he has, like, real convictions, which...
Oh, I don't believe that at all. Because I remember his earlier career, and I watched him switch.
He was a fucking neocon.
I think the populism is totally
what I'm saying is that he believes a lot of his own bullshit to the point where, you know, it's more than just I want ratings and TV.
I think he's the most believable of them, but I think he's just like, oh shit, there's been a populist shift to the right. I gotta take off this bow tie and not be the elite smart guy. I have to be the champion of the common man.
I don't think so. I don't think so. You hear him talk about libertarianism, it's like something in his brain switched.
But that's
I'm not saying he's genuine or that I agree with him or that it's like coming from some real place. But I'm saying I think he believes his own bullshit, and that makes him more dangerous than people give him credit for.
I think at some point it doesn't matter if he believes it or not.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, but it's fun to speculate.
If he's gonna because even in terms of like if he ran for president, if he didn't, I mean, I don't think Trump believes it.
It's another couple.
She worked with
but not Trump.
Oh wow,
the ISIS parents.
ISIS parents. These are more angel parents.
Kayla Mueller.
Smiled.
I don't know
who that is.
She's the mother of an ISIS victim.
To see the world through someone else's eyes.
Where?
She became a
I've never heard of this person.
And when she
you haven't met her.
2015 in India. Kayla wrote, I find God in the suffering eyes reflected in mine. If this
reading about her. Who is she?
This is how I will
2012.
What? Wait, okay. What was ISIS in 2012? Like, where would you have to be?
In August 2000.
This was in Aleppo.
She was asked by another aid worker to cross the border into
Why was she in Aleppo?
to help at a hospital.
Don't go to Aleppo.
On August 4th, 2013, ISIS terrorists stopped.
Oh shit! I remember this.
Captive.
Let me look at.
There was the crazy Navy SEAL rescue attempt in Raqqa.
Oh, it didn't work, right?
It was with James Foley. Remember when they tried to get James Foley?
They beat her.
Oh yeah, God, have you seen
The reporter?
Yeah.
Wait a minute, was she killed during a botched rescue attempt?
I think she
Or am I
might
thinking
have
of someone
died.
else?
No, someone. There was. I remember there was one where the hostage got killed.
Yeah, right, where they bungled it.
We put
Yeah.
all our faith in the government, but the government.
One might say they bungled it.
President Obama.
It would. I think it was under Obama, so yes, it wasn't a bungle.
Beheaded other Americans.
That man just loved bungling. It's his favorite thing.
He just fucking loves bungling. And you know what? Do what you love. You'll never work a day in your life.
It's true. We really should have. He used to jog around with that shirt on that said "I heart bungling," and we just never really put two and two together.
There have been at least so far. On the
Obama was our
RNC
first
overall,
black president.
At least on one on every night, there have been the parents of some awful like murder victim. Like there was just like some grisly murder victim, and their parents are trotted out there because
trying to get you juiced up.
In
the little time we've been watching, we also saw the wife of a recent murder victim too, and like that is something that like that is sort of like the weird macabre thing about like the RNC is that like for as long as I can remember, especially in these past two, they just like trotting out like the victims of dead, like the loved ones of dead people. It's really
the Democrats don't do it because the Democrats don't do it, which is weird because they're the grief party and but I think the Republicans are the avenge me party.
Yeah,
you know,
right.
It's more inspiring, and it's like, who would you rather have as far as a party, just on a libidinal level? Someone who is sad with you, or someone who is angry with you?
Absolutely.
Like, I want someone who's like, that fucking sucks. You know, like
everything it could.
Yeah. Biden feels your pain and is sad with you, and Trump is angry on your behalf. It's the same things because he watches the same TV shows, which is most of your engagement with politics, and he gets mad at the same stuff you do.
She would be here today.
This guy just
That's
said
true,
that,
dude. Remember how many Benghazis he had? He had 3 Benghazis in the first year.
This guy said that the special operator mission that was led when they killed al-Baghdadi, the leader of ISIS, was named Operation Kayla after his daughter.
God.
And then like when they did that, she was looking down from heaven and smiling, which is like, fair enough.
Okay. Also, that sounds like a porno.
Maybe this is the problem with this, is that they're not really looking at the true culprits, which are Navy SEALs.
But God gave us Caleb.
Yeah, exactly. Those guys are murderers. They love murdering.
I'm not serious. Forget defunding the police. You got to defund the Navy SEAls. One of the most destructive forces in the world.
No, they are the modern equivalent of like the Ivy League pipeline that filled the deep state with CIA spooks in the 20th century. Now power is being accrued to these fucking psychos. Then they come home and they start mercenary armies and become governors and members of the cabinet.
Hold on.
Epic black coffee rifle companies that do memes
the governor,
on Instagram.
excuse me, the Navy SEAL that became a governor has a name, Matt. His name is Jesse Ventura, and he's cool.
I was thinking of Eric Greitens.
I have a lot of fight left inside of me. I am not breaking down, and I will not give in, no matter how long it takes.
Oh my God, guys! What is going on at Fort Hood? Guys?
That is fucking bone chilling.
She's still teaching us.
They're soldiers. They're all fucked up. They're killing each other.
Commitment to make
I don't know, man.
America great.
Fort Hood is a very weird
Nothing more to it than that.
No, Fort Hood is very weird. It's also just
even in the darkest days.
The entire history behind Fort Hood is even weirder. If no one on watching this has looked into it, take a look.
That's
A lot of questions.
What, like they did a like Ivo Shandor designed it? What?
We will be great.
What?
Yes, there was a mass shooting at Hassan. Yeah. Hassan.
He was an army psychologist before he did the shooting. So it makes me wonder, what did he know, or like what kind of shit was he privy to?
I don't trust psychoanalysis, not just.
I haven't really looked into Fort Hood stuff, but like, soldiers are all like in gangs and like fucking psychos from doing push-ups all day. I'm sure they're just blowing each other's heads off. There actually has been an explanation for most of the murders that seem pretty mundane. But I will say, a lot of murders.
I mean, yeah, it could just be. I mean, yeah, because it is. veterans end up having violent ends because it fucks your brain up. So it might just be a clustering of those, but it is like some of them are a little weird, I have to say.
God bless America.
The woman who disappeared and then they found her body later.
Yep.
Yeah. And well, then wasn't it like some like couple that killed her too?
Yeah.
Well, that's romantic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do it. You said we never do anything together anymore.
Okay, who's this lady?
Alice
she got. This is the one who. This is the funny. So he's just talked They just talked for a straight hour about how Trump will be the avenging hand of justice, smiting the hordes coming for your fucking skidoo. And now this is a woman. I think this is the woman who was pardoned thanks to Kim Kardashian. And so now he's like, actually, Trump lets people out of jail. And it's like, this is incoherent unless you see it as like the king's justice. Like Trump is fair, but he is also stern.
He should get Roger Stone out here as just like a recently pardoned criminal justice reform advocate. He's like, I am a political prisoner and I'm now free thanks to Donald Trump. I can go back to arranging threesomes with my wife, featuring 8 inches or more uncut military studs. Personality is a must.
I will never forget David Roth's description of Roger Stone emerging from or going to prison wearing a zoot suit with the crotch cut out.
Your first day in prison, you find the biggest guy in the yard, and you arrange to swap lives with him in a hot air balloon at the Bohemian Grove.
Guys, this actually makes me kind of sad. I don't like watching.
It's glizzy time over here.
Well, so like
it's so brutally.
My kind of thinking of this is, I think the Trump campaign at one point had a strategy to try to attract black voters, and like this was part of it.
And Trump, I think, actually spearheaded it because it had been so long that the Republican Party had just been like, look, we're not going to get black people. And it's like, hey, but what if we could?
Yeah. But they gave up on it.
Yeah. Also, he hates the idea of any group of people not loving him. So he's got to up his love metric everywhere.
Also, he's a New York guy.
Like
he knows that black people are cool and he wants to be cool.
That's definitely true. But he's now
Trump used to love talking about how much rappers loved him.
Yeah, that's true.
He's like, the rappers, the blacks, they love me.
They love me. I have a great relationship.
They love Trump. They want to be like Trump.
I have a great relationship with the blacks.
He kept saying he would say over and over again that he's like, the blacks love me. Yep. The blacks, they all love Trump.
And so they got this weird, like, he's addressing different audiences. He thinks that nobody's watching the whole thing. It's like, hey, this is for scared white suburbanites. Hey, this is for black people. Like, we're watching the whole thing.
There's something for everyone. It's like a Greek diner. It's like a Greek diner menu. You can order anything you want. None of it is very good, but you can get anything.
I'll have the lobster.
Yeah, you would get lobster from a Greek diner, though.
Granted me a second chance. He signed the First Step Act.
You're right, Matt. This is such a weird, like, schizophrenic, just like neck-breaking turn from the first hour of this convention, which was just thundering about fucking like the criminals running riot. Like,
And what they also do, and they did it last night, is that they said they had different people at different points say Biden is going to let the hordes loose. He's going to arrest all cops and put all the criminals on the street, and they're going to take over your town. And then had another guy say Biden spearheaded the crime bill, which threw millions of black people in prison. Well, how is this in any way coherent? You're talking to different audiences, but in front of everyone.
We're not wasted.
You're just hoping that everybody is huffing so much computer duster they can't remember more than 5 seconds since the last thing that they saw.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a convention. These things aren't conventions. They're just rallies, you know, and half of the programming, I think, is just to troll the other side because they know that they're watching.
That is a big part of it. Yes, it's to shape the media narrative. It's all for the media, so that what the media talks about. So it's like it's one speech. So her speech wildly contradicts everything that came before it. But if it's particularly good, they can say, "Oh, she had a good speech," and it makes you wonder about what kind of criminal justice reform Trump could do. And now hopefully, that's the idea. got some good coverage out of it, even though in context it's totally incoherent, and it makes you wonder what are they actually going for, and what's a lie.
I think this woman is probably like one of the only people imaginable who like has a good reason to like Donald Trump or speak at the convention.
Donald Trump personally
I would be
got you out of prison
on his side too. Like,
oh yeah, no, if someone got me out of prison, yeah.
You know who didn't get her ass out of prison? Obama. She was in prison under Obama. Did she go anywhere? Nope.
Nope. He was too busy having gay sex for money.
Even on the last day of his fucking term, he couldn't let her out. Asshole.
America great again. Donald J. Trump beat the odds, smashed the establishment, and won.
He did do that.
Oh, this is great. He did beat her. He beat her.
He did do it. He did do it.
It sucks so much that for her to lose, he had to win. Like, it's the most pity they can't both lose thing in the world, but it's just, I still have such glee when I remember that she lost. I still feel good about it.
Oh, he's 14.
This is a good video.
Well, anyone who's under 18 in the chat, is Baron hot?
Is Baron daddy?
Brace, quit talking to the under 18s in the chat. You're undermining your entire podcast project.
I just asked a question. Yeah. Just asking questions.
Stop grooming. Stop grooming.
Baron is like a doomer trendsetter.
Yeah, he really is.
He's like
This is a good hype video though. I don't know if you guys are watching this.
I'm telling you, it's like greatest upset in history. I feel like I'm watching like LeBron mixtape about the Cavs win over the Warriors. It really feels like homemade like fan cam mixtape.
It's also like I feel like there's less stock footage in their stuff than there was for the DNC. The DNC shit was just all just like, it could have been repurposed for, something for a Facebook commercial or a weird like solar panel company that actually mines human bones or whatever. Like, it was all totally disposable footage. This stuff at least seems sort of politically relevant.
I liked the X over ISIS and Baghdadi. That was cool.
You know what? We don't like
Here we go.
Yeah.
That's right. Oh, beautiful.
Grandma's dead of COVID, but the headquarters is in Jerusalem. How is that? Who gives a shit, dude? Oh my God. The embassy's in Jerusalem. It healed my scrofula. My job came back. Who fucking cares?
Caught it, but in that highlight reel, one of his big achievements was lowering the cost of insulin.
Oh yeah, we're doing great.
Trump he's done that.
Well, we are gonna need it.
Yeah.
I had pee.
It's gone from $750 a dose to $700. Thank you, Mr. President.
All right, so they just said this. They said Donald Trump has done more for Americans in the first 4 years than any president in history.
So cool.
Is there any way that any actual person actually believes that? I mean, I'm not saying they wouldn't tell you they believed it, and I'm not saying they wouldn't even think they believed it as it passed through their head. I'm saying if you really got them to talk about it, they trusted you enough to be honest and not just try to troll you.
Look, man, he did way more than
how many actual human beings believe that at a metaphysical level?
He did way more than Abraham Lincoln did in his first term.
Yeah, I just want to know how many people actually believe that. And the thing is, I'll never be able to know because you couldn't get it from asking. Because of course they're going to say yes. It owns you.
Imagine the Democrats making this alpha of a video package.
Yeah.
No, I cannot.
The filter they're putting on the Democrats is really funny.
Yeah, it's really funny.
When they make them look ugly with distortion is really good.
It just makes their foreheads look big.
They're doing 90s VHS aesthetics on the Democrats.
Yeah, it rules.
Yeah. They're gonna do the Black Hole Sun video later with all the faces of the leading Democrats.
I want them to do the trendy trailer where it's some acoustic Radiohead cover that's really slowed down.
Yeah.
And
Cause I'm a creep. It's over Joe Biden. I'm a
Yeah.
I think
and like
it's
Trump
kind of
emerges.
funny. I think it's kind of sad with the piano.
Like whatever the like Marvel, the way that Marvel always does it. That's what they should be doing.
Through the witches and slam.
She looks great.
Through the
she looks
ditches.
amazing.
Did she get a new
So
nose?
shiny.
She's never.
You got a new nose? That's a new nose. That's
it. That nose goes.
She's never had a fly.
Yeah, whoa.
No, it's just
got a
like
third
different
nose.
contouring, I think.
I think
Maybe.
it is
No, it's
contouring
just
because
different
she had her
contouring.
first.
Looks
She
pointier.
did have a.
Way pointier.
It's highlighter. She had a nose job early on.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like it's too much contour, nose contour.
She should get a chin job, man. The fucked up thing is she could be hot.
Who did the drag?
She could be hot if she went like this.
And the
Yeah.
people's nominee.
You see a lot of people
for
is
president
and this
of the
just
United
do the drag
States.
queen thing and just take
Tonight, I
like
stand before
fucking
you
like
as the
liquid paper
proud
and draw a
daughter
white
of
stripe
the
down their
people's
nose.
president.
And then take a Sharpie and color the other side so that they're like, yep, that's my nose. It's a razor sharp
He is our
thing in the middle of my face.
commander-in-chief,
And it doesn't do well under the
of the
lights. It
American
doesn't make any
worker,
sense. It's like you're not on
defender
Instagram.
Hamina, all
Pelosi
and
does
our
it
voice
too.
for forgotten men and women of this country.
Pelosi just does
He
white
is our
thing of like
president
highlighter.
And my father, Donald J.
God, her
Trump.
hair looks great though.
Ivanka just referred to
wonder if
Donald
Ivanka's
as
gonna
a builder.
Liz,
Yeah.
you wonder if she's what?
He's in there with the hard hat.
What?
It's like
You
my
wonder
dad,
if she's what?
a commercial roofer, you know.
I wonder if she's gonna run.
Oh, I would love that.
I think so. I think she's gonna run.
Governor.
I would like it if Jared.
TJ's gonna run.
I am Jared's demographic.
could.
I love Jared Kushner.
One of them are going to run for governor of some state. That's my prediction.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like I could see Ivanka or Eric running for a lower office. DJ TJ is the one who's going to go straight to the presidential race
We were saying
because
though,
he's the
that
dumbest
it could
and
only
most
ever work
enthusiastic.
in Arizona or Florida. Like those are the only states that I think would actually have them.
New Jersey?
You could run in Florida.
Ivanka for governor of New Jersey?
No, they would be resentful of like a New Yorker, I think. Because they've got that chip on their shoulder.
We've learned a lot.
So I don't think it's too
Florida
much of a
In
blue state.
Washington, it's easy for
I
politicians
think it's too much
to
of a blue
survive.
state at
They
this point.
silence their convictions.
She would be a governor. I think she would be in the Senate,
I couldn't
or she'd go
believe
to
be
the
a
White
senator.
House.
politicians
She could
actually
definitely be a
prefer
senator.
to
I could see.
complain
She
about
could like
problems.
carpet bag
She'd be a
almost
senator
anywhere.
in
I think.
Italy.
I was shocked to see
Yes.
people leave major.
I mean,
towns
honestly,
unsolved.
just like the Hillary
other
for New York
side,
Senate
campaign
thing, just
on the
move
same
someplace
issue
that has an open
in the
Senate
next
seat and
election.
just run. That is like
But Donald
even just
Trump did not come to
50-50
Washington to win praise from the
Democrat
Beltway
Republican.
elites. Donald Trump came to Washington
Maybe,
for one
but I
reason
don't know.
and one reason alone.
Maybe.
To make America great
She does
again.
look amazing.
America, great
Oof, that's right.
again. And he did, and then China, and then he's
My
gonna
father
make
has
it great
strong
again.
convictions.
Again.
He knows what he believes.
Greater-
How do they not go with "Make America Great Again"?
Well, it
Whether
was
you agree
already
with him or
"Make
not,
America Great"
you
with
always know
fucking
where he
Reagan,
stands.
so it was already a recycle
I
of a
recognize
campaign.
That's true,
that
yeah.
So you might as well just like
increase
America
not to everyone's
again,
taste.
greater
And I know
and
that his
or
tweets can
greater.
feel
Like just keep
a bit
repeating
unfiltered.
that. And
Let's
But the
go.
results-
Trump
the results
2020
speak for themselves.
eternal recurrence.
But then you have
Trump
to.
2020 third time as farts.
But then you have to like the rejuvenation of the whole movement. So MAGA is a movement, but you have to make MAGA great again. So you make MAGAGA.
What kind of America?
Make America great again,
MAGA.
great
I
again.
hate that you
Gaga.
say MAGA.
I am more certain
MAGA.
than ever
You know-
before
wait,
we want a
it's
future where
MAGA.
kids can believe
It's MAGA.
Oh,
American
we lost
greatness.
somebody. We lost
We
Matt
want
for a second.
society where every child can live in a safe
it's
community
manga.
and go
It's
to
manga.
the
It's
school
manga.
of their
It's
choice.
manga,
MAGA
and you know
stands-
what? Lots of adults enjoy
We
it.
want a
It's actually
culture
very
where
mature.
differences
It's
of
I'm not gonna-
opinion and
thriller.
debate
MAGA
are
stands for
encouraged,
Matt
not
always
canceled.
going away.
Law enforcement
Uh,
is respected.
I'm not gonna
where
recrop
our
the thing. I'm
country's
just gonna.
racial
oh.
diversity is celebrated,
Who said that?
and where people of all backgrounds,
kill
races,
you.
genders, and creeds have the chance to achieve.
She's
their
very
God-given
polished.
potential.
She said all
Getting a
genders.
little
My father is
She's
working
by
getting
far the best
little
speaker
freaked
that
out
I've seen
here.
at this convention.
Yeah,
Why-
watching her.
is why he's the only kid she likes.
Yep. The
She
only
is
competent
a,
one.
she's a way better speaker than any of the other kids.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, the kids suck.
Yeah.
The kids are
Oh
terrible.
God, yeah.
Also, her
handbag
handbag
she's
is
a
huge.
pro.
These politicians.
She's a total pro.
But it has
yeah, she really
I
is.
would totally carry one of her handbags too. To see these they're like a nice attaché, but not too heavy. Come to him with a tear in their eye and thank him. I'm not gonna buy one.
He's admired and befriended countless construction workers. That's
her voice sounds a lot different than the others too.
He made a horrifying grimace and did double thumbs up to hundreds of underpaid construction workers. Good
and
Lord!
Then deported them instead of fulfilling their contract.
And you
peasant mindset. Oh my God! The king lifted his eyes and peered through the curtains of the palanquin, and he gave me a touch, and he cured me of the king's evil. Ivanka is a freaking girl boss. I don't think there's any question.
Yeah.
Compared to her failed relatives, those
not even compared to her failed relatives, like compared to like a lot of politicians. I'm like a little like struck here, so I'm like, whoa.
Oh boy.
This is literally the only like seemingly spontaneous or genuine moment I've seen in this entire convention, and it's Ivanka pulling it off.
She's got that. She actually has a simulacrum of humanity, which none of the other Trumps have, including Donald. But Donald is so weird that it's authentic, and that's what people relate to. She has a veneer of like a human exoskeleton. Like Trump is the first Terminator with the rubber skin. We spotted them easy. She's the one with the skin, bad breath, sweat, the one the dogs can't detect.
She's gonna be the one that like. And when things are bad, well, anyway, she's gonna go backstage and like ball tap both of her brothers on the way out. That's the only thing you're getting. He was right.
I like that for this last night of the convention, they totally gave up even trying to social distance, and it's just a super spreader event here on the front.
Oh yeah, and they're no masks because they don't want to get caught. They don't want to be owned.
That is exactly what we
wants to get cut down by the libs and tell you to wear a mask.
Wearing a mask. I have one guy. And the rest of it was just a mass of old people just squished together.
He was updated on the
that guy's going to be executed. The guy who wore a mask.
He would say,
yeah.
Don't let down those dairy farmers I met in Wisconsin. I don't want them to like this deal. I want them to love it.
I don't know if the dairy farmers love that
Look
deal.
Look at Mnuchin.
No,
actually,
the dairy farmers are pissed. In fact, that
they're pretty pissed about it.
It might save Wisconsin for Biden, honestly.
Our president was absolutely
it's kind of a nightmare, actually.
And bring our jobs, our factories, and our life-saving medicines back to the USA.
They stole our medicines.
It's kind of a moot point now.
Yeah,
like he really can't run on that anymore because all those places are closed.
No, I like her smolder face.
Serious. Yeah.
For those who are battling COVID-19.
Honestly,
he did all that. He brought our jobs and life-saving medicine back to the USA.
I think she's hot.
It's true. Otherwise, we would all be using tree lichen as medicine. That would be our fate. And no other president would import things.
She's got points.
She's a pro, dude.
Not a lot of guys do either, but she's got points.
Yeah, she's
got what?
She's got poise.
Amber. Poise. Travel to Europe. Of course, I don't recognize that. I watched him take the strongest inclusive economy in a lifetime.
She's got a little bit of poise.
I like a lady with poise.
The bumbling oafs. The rest, like we've talked about how.
No, she's very good at what she's doing right now, man.
To save American
when the Trumps stand together, it's just this carnival of human distortion. It's like they look like we saw this picture of three bears standing on their hind legs, like kind of wobbly, and it's like they all look like they just learned how to walk. And then there she is with poise.
Develop safe and effective treatments, and very, very soon a vaccine.
Yeah, you got to test a lot of people when everyone has.
Also, she's talking about the treatments, vaccine, ventilators, like if you do have like practical concerns about diseases, at least what you want to hear
is beyond our reach. And that
this is uncanny because what she's saying is every bit as 1,000% like divorced from reality as every one of these other fucking stooges I've seen over the last 3 nights. But she's really like she's hitting it. She's hitting these beats in the speech, and like she's the only one who can present this complete simulacra of reality, this complete fucking like nightmare vision of like, hey, everything's fine. Trump is he brought all our jobs and life-saving medicines back. But like she's the only one that can sell it or get like hit any beat at all. And yeah, it is a little uncanny to witness.
After nearly 20
She's by far the most like professional like speaker I've seen, and even at both conventions so far, which is really disturbing.
There's probably
Honestly, though, her talents are kind of wasted on this period.
Who's that guy?
That's
Just
true.
get ready.
It's not
Just
really
get
a
ready
moment
for
of subtlety.
2024.
Yeah,
That's
who's
what
that guy?
I don't know if I don't know if her brand of authentic, like subtle humanism, is going to really cut it in 2024. It might be all air horns all the time.
She's talented.
African Americans. Yeah, but I think her talents might just be
Disproportionately hurt African Americans.
Against all
No.
odds, he brought together Republicans and
Like,
Democrats and passed the most significant.
People love saying that's, but that's like a saying disproportionately is like a big buzzword. I'm kind of surprised you used that.
What is?
She said disproportionately hurts African Americans, which is
My
like
father did not campaign on this issue.
I don't know. That's like it's like the thing people always say, and so it's a little interesting to hear her say
Been
that.
treated unfairly. More than rhetoric and political prose, the ability to build consensus.
She must have
made fun of that.
She's doing
that crippled
political
guy,
there,
that
Liz, because she knows she's a little pussycat.
And bring us forward together.
I could take
President Trump is advancing the American values of work.
Here's a possibility: Ivanka
family.
wins as a Democrat.
4 years ago in Cleveland,
That I could see more easily than
President
her
Trump
being a Republican.
I'm
honestly.
sorry, they would eat it up. Last year, they would fucking eat it up.
No, because she'd have to.
If she did
No
a
way.
full renunciation,
By women.
if she did a full renunciation of her father, I think it could work. If she could
Well,
convince
why
him the
would
way that
she?
she's
She
convincing right
She could
now.
win on the Republican ticket. I don't even understand.
That's the thing. I don't think she could. I think this polish is too polished.
We secured
No.
I don't think it eliminates.
It doesn't appeal to Republicans. It appeals to Democrats.
Like she has a talent that is no longer. It's like she's competing in synchronized swimming in the Olympics, and they just removed that from the thing. She's a really good synchronized swimmer.
Like,
but that's
totally
not, that's
disagree.
For
Well, only way to
if
one.
you're running
Only
as a
one way.
Democrat, and two,
Yeah.
if you're in like a period when like you're trying to appeal to as a reasonable Republican. Recently introduced a plan to increase.
Nothing reasonable about her. Like, you can sense the like she's like gonna fucking like gut your throat. You can see it in her, but she doesn't have to say it. She can have this kind of like poise and like elegant ice cream thing while hitting all these political notes. But the viciousness comes through. Like, she's very talented, and people should get worried about her.
She's perfect for Kushner.
Worried about
She's
anything.
not talented.
I'm afraid I can't worry about it.
For a complete,
Just
every
not worry about
Republican
anything.
titties is my saying. Like, she could be way dumber and not poised and still win. It's my argument. Have access to this benefit.
No, maybe. But yeah.
4 years ago, I
don't know. I don't think that like. I don't know. I don't totally get the.
During President Trump, ladies and gents, I got a date with the night. 72% of all new jobs went to Americans for me outside the workforce. And whatever, may Satan have mercy on your soul. 4 years.
Peace out, Amber.
I will say, she's going on a little long.
And 4 years later.
All right, let me recrop.
Wrap it up.
You man, this is a showcase. This is a preview.
Many of the issues my father has championed are not historically Republican priorities. Yet where Washington chooses sides, our president chooses common sense. Where politicians choose party, our president.
This is like making me feel sick to my stomach. I can like see a vision of the future that I don't like.
Since the day he took the oath of office,
the Ivanka versus AOC race.
And do what no leader has done
before. AOC would win.
Recently, he took dramatic action to cut the cost of prescription drugs.
Race for president?
Or race for whatever. I don't know. Race.
No, never mind. No.
Race for senator of New York. Seriously. There's.
My dad's
I was thinking of something else. My bad.
We're doing something
that's something I could see. Both Ivanka and AOC going for Schumer's seat.
No, I don't think AOC is going to go for Schumer's seat.
This spring, our president saw that American crops were going to waste because food supply chains were disrupted.
He's playing the long game, and that would be burning your powder early.
Find a way to get this nutritious food.
You're right. I'm still struck by the uncanniness of like the 3 nights in a row. Like it's guys like Rudy Giuliani going out there, and like there's something wrong with all of them. The way they talk, the way they look.
They're uncanny mutants.
Like Ben Carson, just like the way he speaks is like there's something off in him. And like Giuliani looked like shit. He looked terrible. They're all just muttering and grunting and or like just being
She's
weird
like
in some way.
fresh and like
she seems like a human being, which is even more disturbing because I know she's like even less of a one than they are.
Yeah, I mean,
it's creepy.
Yeah, she's.
I've stood by my father's side at Dover Air Force Base.
It's now on my radar, much more than she was before.
She's always
She's Christina Loken. She's Christina Loken in Terminator 3.
She is the exact. You know how I always said that I was, or Brace and I have talked about this before about how like the future fascist leader of America is at a Kappa Kappa Zoom happy hour right now. She is like that energy. She is the sorority fascist energy that I really worry about in America.
Yep. It's time for.
The only thing is, like, I can't really see her like believing
all
it.
expectations. Just
She doesn't have to.
That's certainly
I know,
true.
but like,
she doesn't believe shit.
I don't know. Like, I get.
If she's got a will to power, then
I
you
don't
can't see her like wanting to be in the Situation Room.
I don't know.
I
if
think
she has a
she
will
does.
to power is the thing.
I don't
Like,
get that.
she
I
hasn't
get
really
Kushner does, but I don't know if that involves like the president.
Kushner's an idiot. She's not an idiot.
Here's why I don't.
Oh,
But the thing is, she was not. She was not on a will. She was not on a power track before her father became president. So how was she expressing the will?
She
Did
was
just,
at
like,
Trump.
awaken in
At
her?
Trump Industry. I mean, she was at the company.
But that's so small bore compared to trying to run for president.
Sure,
like,
but it
what,
was
I'm
still
gonna
a
take over
huge
from
real
my
estate company. I
failed
mean,
well, it was a front. They had barely any assets.
I love you for being.
So what? I
Can we
mean,
talk
it's
for a
you know.
second about-
For being effective.
I'm just saying, it's like that's a hell of a jump in ambitions. It's like a quantum.
Yeah, but it's like being dangled right in front of her, and she's been in the White House for the last 4 years.
I guess
she got a taste for it.
that depends on it. How much you think she feels like it's accessible, and I don't know how much she
cares
feels
about scoring points with.
I don't know. I'm watching her right
would
now, and
like
it's going to
to,
be all over the papers tomorrow. You can already see it.
But you don't
I would like to speak on an issue that I feel needs to be addressed. I'm even more baffled seeing this now. How she can be married to Jared Kushner, who is transparently probably the most dickless dork on the face of the earth.
He's so much worse too now with his new face.
Yeah, his new face is so weird. It's like, oh man, look at the before and after on him. He has got some heavy.
It's like
work
a weird
done.
like identity Europa skin graft thing.
Yeah. He's one of those weird like orthodontists who are obsessed with how like the human mouth is getting smaller and making people uglier. Did you read that article in the Times? Oh, she's still going.
Tonight,
God, this is fucking long.
Well, this
I'm
is
gonna step outside before the main man gets up
Yeah.
here.
The big boy.
I mean, this is the opener.
I think there's at least one more before her. Before him.
We love to see her.
I bet this is the opener.
Donald J.
He's gonna come right after this.
In fact,
Oh,
Liz.
wait, no, here he is.
Oh, he's about to bring her out
Right now, Liz.
Oh, Liz.
Well, I guess this is the last chat.
He's the big boy.
Look at the big boy.
Check him
Look
out.
at him.
Big boy.
Oh, he's beautiful, folks. Look at that guy.
Oh, but coming
Look
out
at the
from
guy.
D. Greenwood. I love it.
Hell yeah. It's the
Who
real
gave
national
up
anthem as far as I'm concerned.
And I'll surely stand up next to you
This
and defend
place.
her still today.
God bless the USA.
God.
All right, what do we think of Melania's dress?
I think he looks ravishing.
How's the fit, is the say? How's the fit?
Isn't this another blatant Hatch Act violation to use the White House for this?
Yeah, of course. Who cares?
Who gives a shit though? Like,
No one cares. There's no one paying attention. If the rule has no enforcement mechanism, it is not a rule. It is manners.
Yeah,
It's kind of pussy to hold her hand though. Like real talk.
Every American heart, and I'm proud to stand and say.
Find your window, Ivanka. Watching Donald Trump speeches is such. I so rapidly lose sanity points.
Yeah, let's get. He's not going to be.
Because
there's a crowd. There's a crowd, but I mean, they're not going to be the hooting chuds he's used to riling up in the hinterland. So is he gonna like?
Ivanka,
is he gonna get carried away, or is he
Ivanka,
gonna go boring off of the
Matt, I don't know.
teleprompter?
Ivanka's got this crowd hot right now. Like, that was one of the best opening acts I've ever seen. She's got these boys raring to go.
Yeah, is he going to be Free Will and Donnie, or as Felix said in today's app,
He's gonna stick on speed.
Neocon Don?
It's gonna be disappointing, but
I know he never goes wild in like the real when the camera is on, like State of the Unions and stuff. He never goes buck. It's frustrating. It's what proves that there's still at the end of the day there are handrails that they hold on to that they do think are real. That it's not all dissolved. Because if he really wanted to do it, he would. If he really felt he could get away with it, he would go off book at every speech. Which means he feels there's something he has to like obey. And that's what's so frustrating, because that's what keeps us from the great stuff. Like a Suns debate is that last little shred of like propriety. And it's just maddening. Let's get all of the fun.
Thank you very much.
Let's get the good stuff.
Thank you very much.
oh, they're getting the USA chant going to start this out? Okay.
Thank you very much.
Donnie Baseball is in the building.
It's windy there. Look at his little...
Distinguished guests, please.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys saw it, but he did this sort of alpha like hand pat thing to his wife, to Melania, when he let her off. He was like, he pushed her in and gave her one of these.
4 incredible years, and brimming with confidence in the bright future we will build for America over the next.
He sounds
It's
awful.
been a great last 6 months.
He sounds terrible. Oh my
sounds
God,
awful.
He's also
This is
staring
low energy.
straight into the
He's
teleprompter.
low energy. He's slurring. Dog
He's
shit.
slurring his words.
Good evening.
This is shit. He sounds high as fuck.
We are working closely
He's
with state and local
Did
officials.
they put him on downers?
In Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas, Mississippi, sparing no effort to save lives.
Laura.
Oh God!
The hurricane was
See,
fierce.
don't you think he would rather? Don't you think he would rather be spitting directly into the mouth of a bunch of fucking yahoos in MAGA hats right now with corn dogs waving as pennants? Why don't we get that? What difference does it make? This is all pitched to the base. It's pure base turnout, and then try to suppress the other side.
This is due
Why
to
not
the
go
great
buck
work
wild
of
for God's
FEMA,
sakes?
Law enforcement, and the
Oh, God,
individual states. I will be
Again,
going this weekend.
his
So low energy.
this whole year, his makeup has been terrible. Look at his fucking temples. Look at the hard line.
Yeah.
His blending is dog shit.
His blending is dog shit.
Protect, love.
Pause,
and
but
care
like
for
his blending is
each
dog
other.
shit.
Look at that. Look at the side of
Here
his head.
tonight are the people who have made my journey possible.
Love and care for
and filled
each other.
my life with so much joy. For her incredible service to our nation and its children. I want to thank our
new cadence he has.
Dude, Liz, this is a
Whoa.
fucking snooze.
Yeah.
He sounds like he's on Quaaludes. What the fuck?
He's killing
Is there
that
just
opener.
Pepe
He's killing
color?
Ivanka's
Ivanka
opener.
had them so hot for him. Oh man, he's coming out low.
This is
energy.
awful.
He's straight.
That's a Pepe dress, man.
I want to kill all normies.
Look how huge Baron is.
Oh yeah.
I also
Gigantic.
Dude, but let's get Baron in the NBA.
He's incredible.
He needs to play basketball.
Please stand up.
Yeah.
Hoop his life.
We can get him in the bubble.
And to all of my children and grandchildren.
See his troll children.
I
Look
love
at
you
these
more
freaks.
than words can express. I know my brother.
I love
Robert
you so much.
Really feeling that.
I love staring straight at a teleprompter and saying to my children, "I love you more than words can express."
I'm very proud of the job.
He's talking about
He's
his
shaped
big
like
brother
one of
now.
the Gumby blockheads.
We love you, Robert.
Yeah.
He's just like a big blockhead.
Dude,
I
he
cannot
just
believe
talked
he's
about his
ending on
brother,
this.
and he was just
I cannot
like,
believe the
"Oh,
RNC is
Robert,
ending
I'm
on
very
this."
happy with all of you and all the things that you've done, and he
For a
wanted you to
man
know
who has
he
always
loved
fought
Trump.
by
He
our
loved
side,
me, even on his deathbed.
stood up for our values. A man
Somebody in
of
the chat
deep
says
faith,
he sounds like a low-energy Catholic priest.
steadfast
Yes,
conviction,
this is the exact
power,
cadence of a
Vice
mass.
Yeah.
President
Baron
Mike
will be the
Pence.
seed of
And
new world
this
basketball
weekend we're gonna have bingo
Was that
Saturday
Pence's
night.
daughter?
And so the Father gave unto the Son the precise
looks
way
awful,
of the
too.
faith.
Look how much taller Baron is than Mike Pence.
Pence has World War
He's
II
joined
vet
by his
face.
beloved wife, a teacher.
He does. He looks
and
like Cotton
military
Hill.
mom.
He looks like he's getting interviewed at the beginning of a Band of Brothers episode.
Yeah, exactly. And then I was
I know
bottom of
Bascom
the pit.
Forest is just about the coldest thing
Dude,
I've
what
ever
a
felt.
flex! What a flex to be dating fucking
Americans,
Melania
tonight with
when
a
Pence is,
heart
or I guess
full
he's
of
married to
gratitude
Melania.
and
And Pence is married to that lady.
optimism.
Incredible.
I
Yeah, no,
profoundly accept this nomination.
Yeah, Hollywood
for
Donnie Flex
President
is on the
of
Christian
United States.
religion right there.
Wait, he's
Trump's like serious voice. I hate when he has serious voice. I just want him to be
Exactly.
like Trump.
He didn't
And
write
this is
it. He
his like
said-
That's what I'm
controlled,
saying.
serious
fun.
voice.
He said,
Liz, I hate it. I hate the pretense. Why do we have this much pretense left? Why is this the last shred of pretense? Let's just give it the whole. Give us the uncut schlong here.
God, Barron is fucking tall.
I want him to say
Republican
schlong.
Party.
How tall is Barron?
Abraham Lincoln.
8'2".
6'11". Forward united.
Why? I hate when women. No, do not ask that
Ready
question.
to welcome millions
Here's
of
the real dark energy: is that Barron is the you know the marriage of or the completion of the dialectic between the Chad and the Virgin.
Yes.
Because he's literally a tall Chad virgin.
Holy shit!
He is Nadeeb. He is Nadeeb.
Because he has the absolute virgin stride. It is uncanny, but he's also tall and good looking.
And
Unreal.
prosperity.
Yeah.
He is Nadeeb. He will lead us on the golden path.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like I don't think Barron would be like one of these awful Republican, mores like his siblings who would all like run for. Well, hey, I'm going to be a senator. These idiots will vote for me because they like my dad. No, if he was going to be a political leader, it would be by like seizing power on behalf of some sort of Napoleonic synthesis of all of the contradictions of the country in crisis.
And a new
He will be the
Barron's
Mahdi.
third
As you
position.
say.
only be
He
realized
is, yes,
through
he is
love
the one dip.
for our great country.
A great country.
Because we
love our
understand
great
that
country.
America is not a land cloaked in darkness.
This is somnambulant. This is
America
like
is the
fucking
torch
ASMR.
that enlightens the
This is to
entire
me
world.
what like Jesus and Mary chain sounds like.
The thing about the Catholic Church.
Gathered here at our beautiful
The
and
thing about
majestic
the born
White
priest
House,
is so good. In nomine
known
Tracis
all
et
over the world as the
Sancti.
People's House.
Well, this is like when I was.
We
In the
cannot
name of the
help
Father.
When
and
I
the
was in
Son,
Never
rehab-
heard the White House called the
that
People's
is
House.
our great
Is that a
American
thing?
story.
Kind of explicitly not.
Yeah,
This
from
has
the
been
Jacksonian
home
era.
of larger
but-
than life figures like Teddy
When I was in
Roosevelt,
rehab, we used to try to
Andrew
like
Jackson,
pretend to nod
who
off
rallied
and see who could do it the most
Americans to bold
realistically.
visions of
And
a
this is
bigger
definitely
and
like
brighter
bringing.
future. Within these walls lived tenacious generals
It's such
like
a big
President
and bright
Generals.
future. You
and
can love it.
Eisenhower, who led our soldiers
Tenacious
in the
generals.
cause of freedom.
Just generals lived inside the
From
White
these
House.
grounds,
Well, I mean,
Thomas Jefferson sent Lewis
Dwight
and
Eisenhower is the
Clark
only one.
on a daring
man.
expedition to cross a wild and uncharted continent
hey, shout out Lewis and Clark.
of a bloody civil
Cities
war.
are burning, and he's
President
speaking.
They need
Abraham
to let
Lincoln
Trump be Trump,
looked
man.
out
Yeah.
This
these
sucks.
very windows upon a
Could you imagine being a voter watching this? How betrayed you would feel?
I know.
He's betraying the beautiful voters.
He is.
Talking about
The
how
betrayal of the
strategy-
voters.
Strategy for
voters'
Republicans is
betrayal.
pure
Franklin
base
Delano
mobilization.
Roosevelt
All of this has
welcomed
been
Winston
base
Churchill.
mobilization with a few
And
a
just
few little
inside,
scraps of
They
outreach.
set our people on a
This
course
is
to victory
not going to
in the
wind them
Second
up. You
World
got to get
War.
them out here. You got to get them cracked out
In
on
recent months, our
decongested,
nation
and you got to get like
and
the
the entire
rootinest,
planet
tootinest small
has been struck by a
engine
new and
dealership
powerful
owners
invisible enemy.
in like
those brave Americans
central
before
Missouri,
us,
and
we
just
are
have
meeting
them
this
like
challenge.
whacked out on corn
We
liquor,
are delivering
and have him stand in the middle of them and just deliver a rip
And we'll
snorter.
produce a
Just get the
vaccine before
fucking
the end of the
Jesus
year,
feelings moving
or
again.
maybe
What
even
is this
sooner.
bullshit?
I mean,
Have him get on
coming
a
from
boat.
the high of Ivanka down to this is like, maybe that was the idea.
Yeah.
We will defeat the
This might be a
virus
thing
and the
that's like,
pandemic
oh, well, he
and
modulated
emerge
his
stronger
tone
than
tomorrow.
ever before.
Right, but who cares?
It's like
That's all for the
the
media.
State of the
If you think
Union
the
and
media
why
still
everyone's
cares,
like,
you do
oh.
not get this.
What united
God, remember
generations
his
past was an
CPAC
unshakable
speech?
confidence
Night and day.
in
Oh, it was so
America's
good.
destiny
Yeah.
It was so
and an
good.
unbreakable faith in the American people.
I like that he
They
does
knew
like
that
one
our
couplet
country is
this way,
blessed by
looking at
God
this one, And then shifts and does one couplet this way, looking at the other one.
You can hear the line
That
breaks.
conviction that inspired the formation of our union, our westward expansion.
Yeah, he can't even carry the sentence across as he switches to the other teleprompter. He has to do them all at one side and then switch.
And the overthrow of
like he can't hold it in his head.
Tyranny and communism.
Amazing.
Fascism, tyranny, and communism
has prevailed over every challenge.
He's just doing a greatest hits list of America. What does that have to do with Antifa and Sleepy
Despite all of
Joe?
our greatness as a nation, everything
Human
we have achieved.
endeavor.
I like from the chat CPAC to CPAP.
This is the most important election in the history of our country.
I like the wind in his hair. I kind of like the wind in his hair. I think it's a nice touch.
It's
It makes him look alive and vigorous, which is very difficult to do.
This is the switch. They're switching. Now he's going to talk about the danger that we're under. He might crank it up a little bit. We'll see here.
Crank it down.
He's like, this is the America that's at risk. This is the America that's at risk. And this is what we have to do to fight it. So
I
might
love
get
it.
some
I
real
gotta
story.
say, I fucking love it when he leans off the podium and goes like
Voters
this.
faced a clear choice between two
Mussolini used to do that.
Yeah,
two
Mussolini.
visions,
Yeah, it's the
two philosophies, or two
Here we go.
agendas. This election will
He's
decide
like,
whether
you
we
can hear him.
save
He's
the
getting wiped up.
American
You
dream
can hear him. He's
or
powering
whether
up
we
like
allow
Super
a socialist
Saiyan.
agenda
Oh my
to
God.
Super
decide
Saiyan.
our cherished destiny.
Do it.
They're off the charts.
Demolish it.
It will decide whether we rapidly create millions
He's
of
doing it.
high-paying jobs, or whether we crush our industries. And
Industries.
send millions of these jobs overseas, as has foolishly been done for many
Industries?
decades.
Foolishly.
Reading words for the first
It
time.
went up for a second, then
Americans,
Right back down.
This
mofo said Super Saiyan.
Yeah, that dude's not fucking around.
anarchists and agitators and criminals.
Not a lot of masks in that audience.
Our
No,
citizens.
none.
I gotta form a
wonder-
united
Just
front with
people
Trump
who are
against my
being
anarchist
paid.
enemies.
We will defend the American way of life, or whether we will allow a radical movement
Yeah.
to completely
Come on.
dismantle and destroy.
Come on.
Is there like an air raid siren going
Won't
off in the
happen.
background?
I love when he does those little like nods to when he goes a little off script.
At the
Little riffs.
Democratic
Like,
National
the Libertarian
Convention, Joe
Socialist
Biden and his
Caucus.
party
No
repeatedly
good.
assailed America as a land of racial,
Brace, it's not your
economic, and
speech.
social injustice.
My advisor, Brace Belden, has told me that they're
Tonight,
very
I
mad
ask
at him
you
a
a
lot of
simple
times, and in their
question.
group chats they've called
How
him
can the
names.
Democrat Party
Libertarian
cast the lead
socialists,
of our
folks.
country
They're not libertarians
when
and
it
they're
spends
not
so much time
socialists. What's the
tearing
point?
down our country?
It's like what Voltaire said about the Holy Roman Emperor.
Say something about Israel, you fucking loser.
In the left's backward
Yeah,
view,
supports Israel.
they do not see America as
Talk
the
about
most free,
killing
just,
the terrorists,
and exceptional
Salimani.
nation on earth.
Wait, I can do
Instead,
this.
they see a wicked nation that must be punished for its sins. Our opponents say that redemption for you can only come from giving power to them.
Yeah, it must be spanked.
This is a
It's a nation that must be
tired
spanked
This
from the
woman,
bottom.
Nicole Hannah Jones, she's no good.
Throughout history. But in this country,
Can
we
you
don't
believe
look
a
to
Pulitzer?
career politicians for salvation. In America, we don't turn to government to restore our souls. We put our faith in
Dude,
Almighty
you're the
God.
president. I hate when presidents say this.
Yeah. The president, we don't look to the president.
Weird to hear Trump talk about God.
Yeah.
It's
Very
always
weird.
so stupid. It's like, you don't have to
know.
do that. You have Pence for that.
Joe Biden is not a savior of America's soul.
Fact check.
He is the destroyer of America's jobs.
Of America's soul.
Given the
Oh
chance,
no!
He
will
doesn't-
be the
he's
destroyer
No,
of
he should have
American
said Joe Biden
greatness.
was the destroyer of America's
47
soul.
years,
That would
Joe
have been
Yeah.
teed it up right there. No,
donations of
it's,
blue-collar workers.
there are
gave
more
them
than
hugs
jobs at
and even
stake.
kisses.
There are souls at stake. There are dreams at stake.
And even kisses.
Okay, but that's like Chris Snyder wrote that.
He
He's
did a
way too
literal
long.
pause. He
He's
did a
way too
literal
long.
pause.
And told them he felt their pain. And then he flew back to Washington and voted to ship our jobs to China and many other distant lands. Joe Biden spent his
Distant
entire
lands.
career outsourcing their dreams and the dreams of American workers.
Man.
Offshoring their
That
jobs,
was weak.
opening their borders,
Yeah.
and sending their
That
sons
miffle on
and
the
daughters to
of
fight in endless
could never be a podcaster
foreign
like this.
Wars that never ended. 4 years ago, I ran for president because I could not watch this
Ketamine?
of our country any longer.
Wars that
I
never
could not sit
disassociating?
by
Dude,
Wars that never
politicians let
ended.
other
Wars.
countries take
this
advantage
starts
of
being
us
like a
on
New York like
trade,
podcast
borders,
party. Verso Loft thing is like
foreign
everyone
policy, and
ketamine being
national
like
defense.
open borders.
Our NATO partners, as an example,
Never-ending
we're very far
wars.
behind
Like,
on
yes.
their defense payments. But at my strong
I want to
urging,
get cornered by an
they agreed to
anti-imperialist
pay
on ketamine that's talking about our never-ending
more a year,
wars
the first time
Seriously.
in over
and
20
our
years that
As
military
Sam Marcy used to
bases.
say,
and this $130 billion.
Imagine being at like a Verso party with some kid on ketamine lecturing you about NAFTA.
A year.
yeah.
And Secretary General
So awful.
Stoltenberg, who heads NATO, was amazed after watching for so many years and said that President Trump did what no one else was able to do. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank
you.
you.
Dude, this is. Am I
From the
fucking
moment
crazy
I
or is
left
this
my
like
former
way
life
worse than I imagined it would
behind,
be?
And it was a good life.
Good.
It's as
He's
far as
never really good when he's off
I
of a
have
book.
done
He's
Yeah.
never very
nothing
good
but-
when he's not
But
going
this is
ripping.
particularly
But
bad.
he's
Like,
definitely
this
been
really
better than this.
I did
I
what our
remember the
political
American the
establishment
speech,
never
the
expected.
RNC speech from
And
2016
could
was
never
really
forgive
good.
breaking the
It
cardinal
was
rule of
terrifyingly
Washington
good.
politics.
I mean, but part of it was because
I
he
kept
was
my
in the
promise.
Thunderdome. He was in the Cleveland
Yeah.
Arena with 23,000 hooting psychos, and he was rollicking. Even though he was reading off a script, he really gave it some fucking energy. This is way worse.
This is the kind of shit he does with the State of the Union. Like it feels like that kind of.
Together we have
that
ended
kind of
the
Yeah,
reign
no.
of the failed
Well,
Yeah,
even
it's
even
worse.
that,
The
because remember the
union
first time he said
desperate to
America
get
will never
their
be a
power
socialist
back
country, he was like
by
he meant
any
it,
means
and now he's like,
necessary.
I don't,
You've
because he
seen
know like, he doesn't
Yeah, well, because it's against Joe Biden.
exactly. It's
Joe
so hard to get
Biden will
signatures
never
by
bring
it.
socialism
very
to the
simply
country.
said America first.
It's a lot of fucking flags.
He's he's a champion order, and every line has the exact same
Days after taking
cadence.
office, we shocked the
Ba-da-da-da-da,
Washington establishment
ba-da-da-da-da,
withdrew from the last
ga-da-da-da-da,
administration's
ba-da-da-da-da.
job-killing Trans-Pacific Partnership.
Oh.
I then immediately approved the Keystone XL.
It was a partnership
and
with
Dakota
trans
Access
people, and I
Pipeline.
say no, thank you. We don't want any of
The
those.
Dakota
Ended
Access
the unfair
Pipeline.
and very costly Paris Climate Accord.
This is a great angle. This is really
And
look at his
secured for the
face.
first
Look at his
time
fucking hair.
American
Look at that plume of
energy
hair coming up.
Incredible.
The hair flap it's flapping like a boat pennant on a yacht in sea.
A beautiful boater.
that.
It's beautiful. He's being a boater right now.
We passed record-setting tax.
Hey,
and
when you guys
regulation
did you guys
cuts
interview Marianne
at a
Williamson,
rate
right?
Nobody had
Yes.
ever seen before.
Yeah, I
You still have
did.
her number?
Virgil did.
Within
Oh, wait, no,
3
yeah,
short
Matt, you were
years,
there.
we built the strongest
Yeah, what?
economy in the history.
Do you still have her
of the world.
number? Phone number.
Washington
Virgil-
Oh, no,
asked
Virgil
me
does,
not to
I believe.
Stand up
Yes.
to China. They pleaded
Thank you.
with
Yeah, Virgil
me
has
to
her
let China
contact info.
continue
You can
stealing our
get hooked
jobs,
up there.
ripping us
I'm
off,
making big moves.
and robbing our country.
That's
blind.
Liz. That's not for the podcast.
But I kept
I
my
know,
word
I
to
know.
the American people. We took the toughest, boldest, strongest, and hardest.
I said
hitting
I love
action
you.
against China in
I'm
American
definitely not going to
history
cheat on
by
you.
far.
China.
They said
It's
that
her
it
personal
would be
reading.
impossible to
Biden are
eliminate
just
and
gonna run on the
replace
same
NAFTA.
platform.
But again, they were wrong.
It's gonna be like, no, I'm Law and Order. No, I'm Law and
I
Order. No,
ended
I'm tough on China.
Yeah.
No, I'm tough on China. That's the
Signed
entire campaign.
Brand new U.S.-Mexico-Canada agreement into law.
Same as the other angle. All these flags look
And
totally
right now,
wrinkly.
auto
Get a steamer.
companies and others are building their
Yeah, those
plants
flags
and
do look really
factories in
wrinkly.
America, not firing their
They're not
employees
expensive. You just get a little
and
portable
not
steamer. You
deserting
go over those
us
things.
for
30 seconds
other
on each of them.
countries.
I want to talk about cancel culture.
Yeah, I would love. Have they talked about cancel culture?
Oh, big time. They had Sandman on here. Did you not know that? Great. They had Sandman on here for the Covington Catholic thing, and he goes,
"You know what?
I've discovered." At one point, he said,
I refused to back
I realized
down
what was happening. I didn't know what was happening to me.
secure
Later, I
than
found
ever
out it's
before.
called being canceled.
Being annulled.
I'll tell you
Being
what.
removed.
What the Nicholas Sandman thing is like. I'm on neither Washington nor Moscow with that. Like, all right, fellas.
Oh no, yeah, it was not great either way.
Yeah,
but that kid is a total fucking herb.
Yeah, he
It wasn't
sucks.
insane, but that kid is an absolute herb, and he sucks
Yeah.
ass. And he looks like an absolute like Latter-day Habsburg.
And we have deported 20,000 gang members and 500,000
They play on women and children, but not in a cool way like I do.
We have already built 300 miles of border wall.
300 miles.
300
4 years. 300 miles.
That's really bad.
The U.S.-Mexican border is 2,000 miles long.
So how long would it take?
I mean, Democrats want to give them money. It's not his fault.
So, right, so wait a minute. I'm doing the math here. So there's 1,700 miles left, right?
Representing our country's courageous border agents.
So how many years would it take at 300 every 4 years?
Brave
people. No wall and a fence.
40 years.
You said my name.
It'd be 40 years. 10 times 4. We would have the border wall done by 2060.
Well, how long did it take to build the Great Wall of China? Riddle me that.
It's 300 times 4.
No, it's 300 miles.
300. Yeah, it's.
You see, this country
for 4 years. Wait a minute.
For 3,000 miles. 3,000 divided by 300.
Oh, it's 2,000 miles.
Okay, so
like
15 years.
Love and respect. That's what I'm all about.
I was getting there. And then I was derailed.
Here's where Donald Trump comes out in favor of plur. Can we get some plurs going in the chat?
Chairman of the board. And now those talented American workers have been rehired and are back providing power
Thank you, chat.
to Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee, Kentucky, Mississippi, North Carolina, and Virginia.
Those are some states.
He's literally just listing states where people have gotten jobs.
And some are here with us this evening. Please stand. You went through a lot.
Whoa,
Please
California.
Stand. Thank you very much.
Please stand.
You've been through a lot. Thank you very much.
What did standing for?
Last month, I took on Big Pharma.
Big Pharma.
You think that's easy?
Buddy, I've taken on Big Pharma too in my time.
Signed orders that will
And more
massively
riffing.
lower the cost of your prescription drugs and give critically ill patients
hello.
access to life-saving cures. We passed the decades-long-awaited right to try. Right to try.
You should be able to try fentanyl.
Hey.
We also passed VA accountability.
You should be able to try whatever drugs you want.
Remember when Trump's official pitch to black people in 2016 was, "What do you have to lose?" That's not for everybody.
I've been thinking about it, and like
anything like that's ever happened.
I've been thinking about how I should be in charge of a lot more things.
We will have approved more than
in politically, and that's also my pitch. Is like you're losing. Just have me figure it out for you. What do you have to lose?
Oh, that's his pitch now. It's like now that everybody is like, everyone is feeling perilous in a way they weren't before, and he can't really pitch them having done a lot of good stuff. He's like, yeah, things got worse. Obviously, things are really terrible. I have an explanation for why they're bad, but give me another chance, and they might be good. What do you got to lose? Whereas Biden says nothing will ever get better. There can be no better. There is what is better? There is only pain. Pain.
I do agree with
I
agree with Brace though about him being put in charge of more things. Like I think if you call yourself a socialist on the internet, like Brace should be allowed to put you in jail. Like
absolutely.
At will. At will.
100%.
It should just be, what do you got to lose but your chains?
Yeah,
Exactly.
But also, I may put you in chains.
And I say very much.
Yeah,
I might have to put you in chains.
More for the
Temporarily,
They
some
just
of you are
like-
going to have to go in chains.
Things haven't been going well, and I feel like we need a radical new direction, and I think I could do that.
I might lose all of my credibility, but I would absolutely support Brace for absolute dictator of socialism in a heartbeat.
Absolutely.
I have
Dictatorship of one proletariat. Well,
I have read every one of his Twitter threads. Not one of them has been wrong one time. He can be in charge. I will be his. He can be Stalin, and I will be his Beria. But
I just think for online socialism, if you want to call yourself a socialist online and talk about it, you should just accept with it a certain risk that Brace may come and put you in prison. He'll put you in socialist jail.
Yeah, you gotta. Hey, that's a risk, but hey, maybe you win.
Yeah, it's true. Hey, maybe you get thrown in prison, but maybe we win.
Yeah, is that better than nothing?
I dropped my cuff keys.
4 more years. 4 more years. 4 more years. I saw the My Pillow guy. I saw the next president.
Oh yeah.
I see Mike Lindell.
I will say this has actually more life in it by this much than from what I saw of the DNC. Like the
the thing is, they had no crowds at all because they wanted to take COVID seriously.
Unlike during the primary,
demonstrate
they didn't give a fuck about it then.
Exactly. It is the joke. It's all a fucking joke.
It ended up looking like one of those weird Black Mirror fake reality shows, you know?
Yeah.
Where it's like you're in a jail and you're being forced to watch this and then you have to compete in it or something. It was like being inside a consultant's PowerPoint presentation.
Oh God, when they would have after...
Oh wait, hold on.
There was a wall...
Yeah, there we go.
There was a wall of monitors with people clapping at Joe and Joe clapping at them. And I thought Black Mirror, like this is some sort of nightmare simulation that his like dying brain is living in. It was very grim and sci-fi.
New building as planned. We took an already owned
$1 billion.
What the fuck is he talking about?
And opened it
moving the embassy
at a cost.
He said they were going to build
a real estate deal. He said real estate deal. He's getting it. He's getting it. He's talking deals now, so he's getting a little juicy.
We also
Trump just said to a global audience that they really cut down on the costs and probably cut a few corners, maybe on security.
In 25 years.
Parody, I mean, if you like.
Well, I think, Will, I know you're also Jewish, but just from what I detected from that, is a little, he's throwing out a few shekels to guys like me, being like, we got a pretty good deal on the embassy.
I would rather die than pay retail for an embassy.
Al-Baghdadi.
Al-Baghdadi.
Is he gonna bring up Soleimani? I wonder if he brings up Soleimani.
Oh yeah, of course.
What's that E1 song about Black Flanders? That's what I'm thinking. That's what it reminded me of.
Eliminated the world's
whenever anyone says Baghdadi, that's what I think of.
Qasem Soleimani.
Oh, here he is.
Ding, ding.
Bullshit!
I still think there was a backdoor deal there with Iran. That's my conspiracy theory.
I don't think there needed to be because what were they going to do? Only one country gets to act like us. Even if Trump does radical crazy shit that like raises tensions, no one.
Everyone always knew where he was. I don't know. I think that Iran gave him a little wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Go for it.
It's possible. I mean, if because it's not like he was totally beloved within the other parts of the. Like the Revolutionary Council.
Because Iran was facing all these things, and then they got to gin up support nationally for the, Anyway.
I mean, and also, I don't think he was really on the same page. I don't think he's really.
I could see that being true.
He wasn't really on the same page with the president before that. I think there was like some tension there. Might have just been like, hey, you have a green light here.
Iran needed to rally nationally too.
Yeah,
I don't know. I could
that's true
see
because they had
happen.
protests and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? That makes sense. Obviously, who knows? But the motivation would absolutely be there.
Soleimani would walk around Iraq like everyone knew where he was. It wasn't like he was hiding.
Well, yeah, but it's like the narrative is that Trump just decided because they like gave him a suite of military options again because they had to respond to the attacks on the military bases. That's what I'm saying is that's the narrative they have, and that's why it didn't matter that he was out and about because.
By the way,
the real argument is that Trump hadn't made a dumb decision to kill him.
By the way, everything Trump is saying about Joe Biden's record is 100% true.
100% correct. Not a lie spoken.
He called Joe Biden's 47-year record as just one of as the author of some of the greatest blunders and disasters in American history.
Pennsylvania.
What a fucking joke.
I'm loving the way that he's just gripping onto the podium like he's in a wind tunnel.
Oh, there's some more states he's talking about. Some more states.
As
and then he
Vice
shifts.
President, he supported the Trans-Pacific Partnership, which would have been a death.
I mean, honestly, like this is a pretty good counter for the horseshit I saw at the DNC.
I know he said they don't want empathy; they want their jobs.
Yeah,
back.
exactly.
That's a
good
fucking
line.
nuclear bomb.
That's a good
How
line.
do you defend that when you are fully committed to only talking about emotive, performative empathy, and you have no policies? Well, everything is going wrong. And what did he say? He said today, if I was the president, I'd go to Kenosha. I might go, but I'm not sure yet. Wow, holy fuck.
He oversaw the
rise for the Iraq
True that Biden opposed the Bin Laden regime?
That's true, yes. He did.
I didn't know that.
He did. He had some really weird takes during. He was basically always ignored on foreign policy, but he had some pretty wild takes.
Remember when he wanted to partition Iraq into 3 states?
He wanted to partition Iraq. He also, when they did this, because Obama had gone in pledging to remove troops from Afghanistan, and as soon as he got in, the army said, we need 40,000 more, and they scammed him into committing 20 to split the baby because he got scared about being mau-mau'd from the right on national security. Biden told him, fuck them, just get out. And he also said, don't assassinate Bin Laden. So he had some weird takes there on the foreign policy tip.
Curious about that Bin Laden thing. I bet that had something to do with the Pakistanis.
His son was part of Bin Laden's inner circle.
I wonder if it had to do with like something about working with the Pakistanis. To be honest.
Probably.
Yeah.
He's got some money to beat this guy.
Obviously,
Hunter gave Bin Laden all his best porn tapes.
Hillary was way more hawkish than Biden, and in fact, Biden was often the only voice against some of the military adventurism of the Obama years. I mean, obviously, that doesn't mean he's good, just in comparison to a bunch of the most blood-drunk gargoyles on earth. And who the hell knows who would actually be running foreign policy if he got in there?
Samantha Power.
Samantha Power.
Samantha Power, for sure.
Yeah, just discipline through a drone strike.
In their honor, we will unite. In their memory, we
No
will
unnecessary.
And when the
So
China virus
letting it breathe, Larry, is so important.
Whoa,
so
he said China virus again.
mobilization since World War II.
We were doing so good, and then there was a China virus. We had a China virus.
We produced the world's largest.
It was
supply
called
of
The
ventilators.
China Syndrome.
Not a
The
single
film
American
starring
who has
Jane
needed a
Fonda.
ventilator has been
There
denied
was
a
Jack
ventilator,
Lemmon in
which
there
is
too.
a
He had
miracle.
just won the Oscar for Save the Tiger.
I think that's true about the ventilators.
Heading the task
Right, but also that is
There is a lot of ventilators.
very low bar. It's a very low bar of everyone who was like medically needed assistance to breathe. We were able to hook them up, as opposed to how did it get to that point where that even was a fucking question.
Anyway,
country in the world.
Very short
We
arms.
shipped hundreds of millions of masks.
He's an odd-looking
gloves,
man. He's really
He's a
unpleasant to
freak.
look at.
Both mutants,
To
man.
protect our
They're
nation's
absolutely
seniors,
unpleasant
we
to look
rushed
at.
supplies, testing kits,
Liz, they didn't do it then,
personal
Liz, but every time
nursing
there's been like
homes,
an
we
applause
gave
line and I see
everything
like
you
the
can
Trump
possibly
family
give,
box
and
or
we're
whatever,
still
every
giving
time
it
Barron
because we're
stands up,
taking
like I
care
don't think it's real.
of our
Like I
senior
can't
citizens.
process how tall he is.
And wait, how old is he now? 14? 15?
He's like
14.
15 or 16. Okay, wow.
Dude.
14 years old.
And he just
Telling you guys, someone call Coach K. Get him a Duke scholarship immediately. That boy needs to be on a court.
Freshly minted 14-year-old. It's like a month ago. Absolute mutant.
Incredible.
I love it.
I want to see if he's got talent. Can he dunk?
He will be the false Dimitri of our time of troubles, if anyone knows about Russian history.
Then the next,
I believe it.
Liz, the very bad, the very shameful NBA, they're refusing to play games, these millionaire crybabies, so they don't want to support our police. Fire all of them, replace them with just a whole league of just clones of Barron Trump. Break them out of the cryo tubes, get them out there. You can have like a point guard Barron, like the cloning program that can vary the heights of the Barron models. And, you know, you can just get every team is just Barron Trumps.
Do we have like actual numbers on Barron height?
I have no idea.
6'4".
States is among the lowest.
6'4".
It's got to be taller than that.
Of any major
He's got to be
Trump
taller.
is
Might be 6'5".
Trump is like
6'2",
6'2",
I think, and he's like 6'5". 6'5" or 6'6" at age 14.
They don't write about that.
Yeah, man, we got to get him on the court.
To know those things. Altogether,
All right.
That's because fewer people have it.
6'9"?
Excess mortality than the United
Trump
States.
is 6'9".
That can't be true.
We enacted the largest.
Yeah.
He's not really
He's
6'3".
tall.
In American history.
He's lying. He's like 6'2". He's at least.
He's listed at 6'3".
He's a little shrunken man.
Or supported.
Yeah, I think he's
Barron
6'6".
He was maybe 6'3" in like 1985. I cannot
Barron
imagine.
might be 6'7".
So rapidly with our economy. Great job.
Great job,
As a
economy.
result,
You're doing
we have
great.
seen the smallest economic
Great
contraction
job.
of any
Great
major
job.
Western nation, and we are recovering.
He's going
at a
back to
much
slurring.
faster rate than anybody. Over the past 3
He's
months,
speaking
we
faster.
have
No, we're
created
not.
over 9
No, we're
million
not.
jobs, and that's a record in the history of our
We're
country.
doing wonderfully. We're doing great, and it's tremendous. And you know,
Unfortunately, from the
because you
beginning, our
went from
opponents have
fucking
shown
the
themselves
bottom of the
capable
garbage
nothing
hole.
but a
You went from the
partisan
fucking Marianas Trench of jobs.
When I took bold action to issue a travel ban on China,
Haters
very
gotta
early
hate.
indeed, Joe Biden called it hysterical.
God, this gets me every time. The China
And then I
ban.
introduced a ban on Europe.
It's
very
so
early
fucking dumb.
again.
But it gives them
If we had
permission to
listened to
imagine
Joe,
how much
hundreds of
worse would it have
thousands
been
more
without the
Americans would have
China
died.
ban. Everyone in
Instead of
America would be
following
dead
the
without the China
science,
ban.
Joe
And who
Biden
can
wants
say you're
to
wrong?
inflict a
You can't
painful
know.
shutdown on the entire country.
Hey,
shutdown would
you
inflict
know who else has
unthinkable and
instituted a
lasting
travel
harm
ban? The rest of
on
the
our
world
nation's
on the
children,
United States right
families,
now.
and citizens
That's
of all
true. You can't
backgrounds.
leave this
You-
shithole.
You can go to
Biden
Mexico
shutdown
and like
would be measured in
Azerbaijan, and that's
increased
it.
blood
We're
overdoses,
trapped here.
depression,
In this sinking ship
alcohol
right
addiction,
now.
suicides,
You're locked. You guys are locked
heart
in here with
attacks,
me, not the other way
economic
around.
devastation,
And guess what?
job
They were very
loss,
smart to issue that
and
travel
much more.
ban. No one from this country should
Joe
be allowed
Biden's
out right
plan
now.
is not a
We are
solution
feral
to the virus,
dogs.
but
They should
rather
keep it
it's a
rolling.
surrender to the virus.
Yeah. Permanent sanction on America. Do not allow Americans out of.
Hey,
Administration has a very
I don't know how to
different
turn these back on. I
approach.
actually
To save
turned
as
it
many
off.
lives as possible, we are focusing on the
Are you-
Would you turn it
What?
off?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear
yeah.
you.
Liz,
Yeah, we
can
can
you
hear you.
text me and tell me how to turn this back on?
Especially the elderly. Why?
Boomers.
Low-risk Americans. to
Okay,
safely
boomer.
return
You need it?
Hey, boomer.
to school.
Maybe it
wait,
ran out of
so
batteries?
Yeah, it might have ran out of batteries if they're
States
AirPods.
be
They're
open.
AirBuds, as I once called
Goddamn
them.
batteries.
What, are the earbuds what you're listening to us with, or we're listening to the speech
They have
with?
to get back to work.
Oh boy.
We have,
Oh boy.
dudes. Somebody just
have to
posted
get
this. I
back
did
to
not know
work,
this.
and they have to
We
get
have
back to
25% of
Most
the world's
importantly, we are
COVID deaths.
marshaling America's scientific
4% of the population.
to produce a vaccine.
25%.
A quarter.
Under Operation Warp
COVID
Speed.
How
deaths.
much
I know.
worse
We have
would it
3
have
different
been if the
vaccines in the
travel
final
ban
stage of
hadn't
trials
gone in?
Right now, years ahead of what has been achieved before.
Hello?
Nobody thought
Hello.
Yeah,
We're
we
here.
hear you.
We can hear you.
It would be years, and we did it in a matter
Can't
of
hear
Grace,
us?
we can hear you.
We're producing them in advance so that hundreds of millions of doses will be quickly available.
Oh no. Oh
we will
no.
have a safe and effective
we lost
vaccine
Brace.
this year.
I think
and
Bryce can't
together,
hear us.
We will crush
fuck.
the virus.
That's not our problem. I mean, there's nothing we can do. We can only watch
At the
him.
Democrat convention, you barely heard a
We're gonna
word
crush
about
the virus.
Their agenda.
All right, let's see.
Gonna crush it.
Not because they don't have one.
When he says like we're doing vaccines, Biden won. Presumably they would keep developing the vaccine, right? They're not just gonna smash them all because Trump was the one who authorized them.
But when it comes to his agenda, Biden wants to keep us completely in the dark. He doesn't have a
Ooh, what a zinger.
He has pledged a $4
He wants to keep us in the
tax
dark,
hike
folks.
on almost all
He doesn't have a
American
clue.
families,
That was improv
which
right
will
there.
totally
Improv.
collapse
He just said
our
tax
rapidly
hike.
improving
Tax hike.
economy. And once
Yeah, that sounds
again,
good, dude.
record stock
He bungled that
markets
one.
we have right now.
Bungled that one.
will
Just
also
bungled it. Just
collapse.
straight bungled it. How do you say
401ks,
cut?
that
It's
means
not
all of the
increase.
stocks
You
that
loser.
have. On the other hand, just as I did in my first term,
Yeah, 401ks and stocks. What Americans have. So many stocks. So many stocks and bonds.
I will not raise
So
taxes.
many bonds to be had, and so many stocks also, and 401k through J.
Can you hear us, Brace?
We will also
I can now.
tax credits to bring
Okay, you're
the
back,
sir.
China back
Yes,
to
you're
America.
coming
back.
through very,
And we will impose
coming
tariffs
through
on any
crisp and
company
clear,
that
Dimitri.
leaves America
I can hear you,
to produce
Dimitri, and
jobs
yes,
overseas.
you can hear me. It's good. Good that you can hear me.
It's
We will
good
make
to
sure
talk.
our
one, baby.
companies and jobs stay in our country,
Well,
as I've already been doing for quite some time, if you've noticed. Joe Biden's agenda is
Like
that
it.
was a little,
made
Like
in
the
China.
attitude.
yeah,
My
that was a
agenda
little.
is made in the USA.
made in China.
I'm getting a little shiny. It's looking a little
This
sweaty.
is that's that bad delivery. Bad delivery.
Made in the, no energy, no conviction. Made in the USA. Lame, lame, lame.
That's funny because literally every product that Trump's ever
Biden
sold
has
with his
promised
name on
to
it has
abolish
been made
the
in
production
China.
of American
But wait, if you point that
And a
out, it's
failure
like,
also.
it's pointless. It's pointless.
and
No
natural
one
gas.
cares.
But the funny thing is that
No one
you'd
gives
say
a fuck.
the best part is that they would say, well, yeah, but he's got to make
Ohio,
money. I mean, the
Texas,
system lets him do
North
it. He needs to
Dakota,
be a businessman.
Oklahoma,
But he was also a
Colorado,
shitty businessman, and all that Chinese-made stuff that was not sold.
Did Biden actually say he's gonna end?
No,
all
it's been
fossil
like
fuel production?
this has been
No,
one of
no, no. Biden
been-
won't
He
even
said
commit to ending
subsidies,
fracking.
and then he switched.
Yeah, he
I know,
explicitly
it's
said
all-
they weren't going to do that.
This has been
Yeah,
going
They
on
said they
for like
weren't
the
gonna do it. He's
last
just lying.
the last 3 weeks. Trump has been saying Biden wants to end oil production, and then Biden keeps getting asked about it and being like, "No, I absolutely do not want to end fossil fuel extraction in
And that is
America."
my
Lying
favorite thing
about
that
what he
I love to
says,
see.
and it
What I
works.
love to see is liberals then saying,
doesn't matter.
"See, he doesn't want to get rid of fucking fracking and
Joe Biden's
fossil fuels." It's like,
campaign
yeah,
has
I know.
even
You want to rub
published
my
a
fucking nose in it? We're all gonna
110-page
fucking
policy
die,
platform.
asshole.
You can't get away from this. Co-authored with far-left Senator crazy Bernie Sanders. The Biden-Bernie manifesto calls for
The Biden-Bernie manifesto.
Crazy Bernie
nationwide
Sanders.
catch and
The
release,
true third position
and
is
providing illegal aliens with free taxpayer-funded lawyers.
I really want him to start inveighing against how like Biden's big government regulations means that toilets and showers don't work as good anymore, and they don't take your big dumps. They don't take your big dumps down the pipe anymore.
No one wants to take my dump.
On the debate stage and promised to your giveaway, he was going to give it
Remember
away.
when Trump called Bernie a loser in
Your healthcare dollars to
2016?
illegal immigrants, which
Yes.
is going to bring
Loser.
massive number
That was different Trump,
of
man.
immigrants into
The office
Yeah.
changes a man.
They've tamed the wild beast.
They have.
They want to give education.
Yes, they have.
healthcare,
He's been
He's
broken
been
by the swamp.
absorbed
He's
into
swamped
the
it.
apparatus.
Which, by the way,
Sanctuary
was
cities that
was
protect
100%
criminal
predictable,
aliens.
like
promised
mechanistically
to end
predictable. And if you
national
didn't know it for a
security
second, you're a
travel
moron.
bans from
And
jihadist
if for a
nations.
second, if you thought
He
Trump
pledged to
could
increase
maybe
refugee
move the ball
admissions by
forward and clear the swamp a little bit,
700%.
you were a moron.
We gotta move. I've been thinking of the phrase "we gotta move women,
Biden
push
plan
women
would
left"
eliminate
all day.
America's borders.
Yeah, we do. We have to push women left, dude.
Is it just like,
And,
oh,
Needs to be
we're gonna
that
push
needs to be
women
issue
left?
one.
About taking the wall down.
In your imperium, we are going to need to start pushing women left.
We gotta push women to the
Biden
left.
also vowed to oppose school choice and close
Pushing someone left is the
all
dumbest
charter
fucking shit
schools, ripping
ever.
away the ladder of opportunity for
Means
black
nothing.
and Hispanic.
It means nothing. It's like saying, like, oh yeah,
I'm helping. I'm helping.
I'm helping. I'm the junior partner. You can't push anybody. You can't push Bernie left.
You know what
can't
it
push
is?
Biden
You know what it
left.
It's when It's when they got the parents go shopping and they got the shopping cart, and then there's the little cart for the little kid, and they get to think that they're shopping with their mom. That's what that is.
They deserve.
Like, we're shopping. It's like Maggie in the passenger seat with the fake wheel.
Yeah. Well, the same is, and you know what people's cope on that shit always is oh no, but we have to help people's material conditions, as if saying these magical words, material conditions, somehow makes you a Marxist or something. I'm sorry, no.
Oh God.
But they have
it's
the
like number of libs.
Stopping a baby's
infuriating
heart.
Yeah, that word.
I
saw somebody say that.
He's talking about killing babies. He's talking about killing babies.
The NBA players help improve material conditions more than it's like what?
Saving America's soul.
Material? It's literally symbolic. No one knows what this word means anymore. They just use it to sound Marxist. It's infuriating.
Given right to life.
All right.
We're going to give out the children little kisses.
All right, he's been going for about 40 minutes now. How long do you think he's going to go in total?
At least
an
hour. He's going to wrap it
7
up.
minutes past when it's supposed to end.
I think he'll wrap it up in like 5.
Convention, the words
no, I think he's going to keep going for a while.
Were removed from
yeah, he only just hit abortion.
Not
That's
once,
true.
but twice.
Did they actually do that?
We will never do that.
Oh, they lied. That's another thing they just lied. Literally didn't happen. Just made up.
This is where.
What did he say they did?
He said they took out
removed under God from the pledge at the DNC, which is just
God,
not
that's
even
so
nutty.
like. All this shit is such a callback to the Bush era. It's like, my God, it really is just the same shit, man.
But like even like the energy that Bush put in to make it seem plausible is gone. It's just pure gestures. Here's this for you slop. Here's the slop for you Christian hog.
It's like they pulled up the same memos from like 20 years ago.
That's like yeah. They call this the brace torture memos because this speech is awful.
Is he ever going to stand up for you? He's
Andy Cohen over here.
Material. Someone in the chat said I was wrong because like the basketball thing is an advancement or something, and it's like maybe it is, but materially doesn't mean good or progressive.
Yes. And like also the basketball. Yeah, I mean that's cool they did that, but we'll see where that goes.
He's talking about the Bernie manifesto again.
Oh yeah.
Joe Biden replied.
Did you see Ezra Klein write the stupidest thing I might have heard? I mean, it's only stupid if he believes it, but I really do think with Ezra he does believe it. He said, it seems like Trump and those guys were planning on running against Bernie, and then at the last minute had to go against Biden because of all the anti-socialism stuff. Implying, of course, that there is some sort of understanding that socialist stuff is scary and bad, and it would have been a liability because that's what they're talking about, and not that is what Republicans say about Democrats, no matter who the fuck they are.
Republicans say about Democrats. It's literally what the liberal media covers about the Democrats themselves, even though the Democrats are by and large ruled by the New Democrats, which are centrist blue dogs by any other name, and ex-CIA officers. But the only thing all over MSNBC is not just AOC and the squad, but like Nancy Pelosi being Miss Progressive of the Year at the height of her like career. And so it makes total sense that they would run against the boogeyman of liberal Democrats or progressive Democrats going nuts when that's how the media presents the Democrats, even though everyone knows that that's not the actual, like, what the party is actually about in any way.
She was part
the
of
idea
so they were always going to run against that.
All of his socialism. It was Bernie and all of his socialism that gave these guys the idea to run against that. If Biden had just gotten the nomination by acclamation, they would have to deal with the substance of his campaign and his accusations.
Yeah, exactly.
And not call it and not do socialist red baiting. You fucking child-brained moron!
I admire Ezra Klein for because he is every day born anew and sees the world with a child's eyes, and he's still
little baby every day. He's just wet eyes flap open like an anime child,
and yet he still gets to be one of the founders and masters of one of the most influential like policy sites online. It's amazing.
He's a true Dr. Pangloss for our times.
That's why I think
doesn't make any sense. It's like, but this is also what Democrat voters want to believe about their party too.
Yeah,
so it's
true,
like,
yeah.
you know what I mean? Like they're like, yeah, we're voting for the good progressives that are gonna abolish ICE and abolish the police and are gonna fix racism and are gonna do X, Y, and Z. And like, so that's what Trump's running against, and that's what they want him to run against because that's what they want to run for. And but none of it means anything because that's not actually. I mean, you know what I mean? Whatever.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous. Like
basically, yeah. Ezra Klein is, you know.
He has got a dog's
The
brain.
sun rises, the sun sets. Ezra Klein says something fucking stupid.
But I think he's one of those guys who really believes, like, he believes all this stuff. He believes politics is an empirical. He's a positivist, and like he's deeply. He is one. He is comped. Because part of it is because of the stuff. Like he tells a story about how he used a cap and trade system to stop eating meat. His wife, like that was their sex play, was capping their meat consumption through a cap and trade program in their home.
That was so bleak, man.
This man is
so
regulated
grim.
at like a metaphysical level by this delusion, which just makes him a dumb motherfucker.
They are afraid to act. They
Their
are afraid
power.
to lose their pension.
Give the police their superpowers back.
Didn't say it was stupid. Said it wasn't material. Didn't say it was stupid. Said it wasn't material. Material doesn't mean good. These people, I swear to Christ.
Well, it's you know what it is. You know what it is, Matt. It's everyone's a moralist.
Yes,
And they
yes,
think
that's their
that
only
socialism is some moralistic like. It's like a religion.
The only question, the only access for every issue is the moral one. There is no practical dimension to any question.
Yeah. And there's always like, well, we're winning. We're gonna win. This is good. This is good. This is good. It's okay, buddy. Like, I'm not saying if it's good or bad. I'm just saying, what is it doing? What is it advancing?
Exactly.
It's like, and it's very difficult to answer that question because there's a worship of the cult of action because it's America.
Yep.
Everyone's very depoliticized, and it's like if anyone's doing anything. That means that like we're moving forward, but no, it's called treading fucking water.
Looting, arson.
Action without motion.
Well, treading water is being, you know, that's the good end of it. At worst, it's doing real damage.
Actively damaging, yeah. And like you can, it's amazing the way that like I talk to people about this, and I just watch the words get turned into other words. And then their head cocks and they just spit out this like, I made a completely strategic argument and now you're telling me I'm a bad person because I said a bad thing about the people you like.
Yeah.
It's like, what does that have to do with the question of efficacy?
Yeah.
Every question has two prongs. Should you do it and will it work?
Yeah.
For these people, because nothing has worked in their lifetime, they don't even know what it would look like. So the only question ever is it good?
Yeah. Is it good? Is it moral to do? Is it the Christian thing? Yeah. It's
very frustrating.
It is. It extremely is.
Tracy, talking about anarchists.
Yes, of course we are.
No more statues.
His Trumpiness now with monument talk.
It's too long as they looked at a statue. I think we'll
God,
rip it down.
how do you care
Remember
about a
the
statue?
monument? No one gives a fuck about the
really
monuments
care.
anymore.
Yeah, what happened with that?
It was like a dancing
Everyone
play.
just
Like,
moved on.
people really
Everyone
cared
moved
about
on.
that
The
for like a
cycle renewed
month.
itself.
Completely silent about
What happened was that the cycle of protests, police response, more protests, police response had guttered out, and people just went to attack the symbols of the statues. And then when they kind of stalled out at statues, we just talked about statues until something else happened, and it started the cycle up again.
It's too late, Joe. In the face of left-wing anarchy and mayhem, Minneapolis.
It's too late.
He's starting to come alive.
That was
Yeah, we're getting a little bit here.
Did not
Come on, buddy.
He's changing his tone finally.
Donated to it. At least 13 members of Joe Biden's campaign
They did
staff
not
donated
condemn it.
to a fund to bail out vandals, arsonists, anarchists.
He's getting pretty shiny.
Wouldn't it be funny if he tried to cancel
He's getting very shiny.
The fund.
Captain David Dorn, a
Directors.
We love the fun, don't we, folks? We love the fun.
The St. Louis Police Department, a great man and a
There he
highly
is, the guy whose
respected
wife was
man
here
by all.
earlier.
In June, Captain Dorn was shot and killed as he tried to
Kylie.
protect a store from rioters.
Is he going to talk about that
Liars.
deputy who got killed in the Bay Area by a boogaloo boy?
Two got shot.
Yes, one got killed.
I think
Yeah.
5 total got shot, like in Santa Cruz, India.
That's a very weird,
Yeah.
it's a weird story.
With 2 guys who got in a Facebook group.
It's got sense of Gladio to it. It's got a woody Gladio bouquet. I'll say that.
Oh yeah.
Thank you very much.
As our sweet dear Molly Klein would say, I smell domestic Gladio.
I smell domestic Gladio.
Dude, I wish her versus Red Kahina versus Zizek, like,
as long as I
it's sort of recorded, but if they'd actually done like a full-on debate, Kahina versus Zizek, I would any amount of money I would pay.
That would be
So much better than the Jordan Peterson
You know
one.
who you should have?
Oh God, you guys, I got.
That is
Wait,
up to them.
I just got an idea about who he should have invited to come, like, sit in the audience and get shouted out when he's talking about the anarchists and the criminals doing violence in our streets. You remember that, like, fucking, like dance vault, like, trad poet guy who tried to, like, defend a bar that he went to with a sword and got the shit kicked out of him? You should bring that guy out. Yep. Yes, he had a Roman short sword.
Yes, he was. That's actual domestic Gladio in America. Is that asshole with his replica Gladius waving it around in front of a bar?
It's kind of funny because he was a little circumspect about it afterwards. He was like, "Yeah, it was pretty silly to go get a sword to do that." Like, all right, you rarely hear somebody, say it.
In the country are run by
He was like, I shouldn't have done that. Sorry about that.
He followed you.
Thousands
Speaking of that,
more African Americans
Me?
are victims.
Speaking of that,
I think so.
Victims of violent crime in these communities. Joe
Well, you
Biden
got a lot
and
of
the left
followers.
ignore these.
our
Americans.
victim and victims. What the fuck?
I never will. If the radical left takes power,
Ignore
they
the
will
violent
apply
crime
their
victims, which is
disastrous
true. They do
policies
because
to
they
every
offer no
city,
solutions
town,
to violent
suburb
crime. Taking
in
away
America.
guns in some fantasy
Just
argument
imagine
or
if the
a fake
so-called
police defunding.
peaceful
They have no
demonstrators in
fucking
the
answers
streets
for actual
were in
violent crime in
charge
this
of
country.
every lever of
Because the
power
conditions that
in the
create it
US
are not
government.
to
Just
be
think of
touched.
that. Liberal politicians claim to be concerned about the strength.
Trump goes on to say, and our Antifa training soldiers even have
Is
podcasts.
attacking them. Who is hiring the radical
Folks, the Antifa guys, they've got
judges and
podcasts.
prosecutors?
It's so funny that
Who's trying
they
to
thought I
abolish
was connected to
immigration
Antifa.
enforcement and establish
How dare you, sir?
speech codes
Incredible.
designed to muzzle dissent.
Speech codes.
In every
Cancel
case, the
culture.
attacks on
Here we go.
Yes.
This is gonna be his closing argument.
There's 100.
radical left.
I mean, I know this is nerd
Always
bullshit,
remember,
but there's
they are coming after me
180,000
because I am
dead people.
fighting for you.
COVID is
That's
currently
what's
the
happening.
number 3 cause of death in the United States. And this motherfucker is
It's been
uttering the
going
words,
on from
cancel
before
culture.
I even got elected.
It's pretty
What's
good.
up?
It's surreal at a level that is obviously buried by the day to day, but it is stunning.
What's
And remember
what's
this,
number one?
They spied.
Heart
Heart
disease?
disease, as always. We love our snacks.
We do love our snacks.
We love our snacks, our treaties.
We must reclaim our independence from the left.
Let's see what happens. Oh
repression.
God, that's
And
mem-
remember
that's
the
mem-
American Carnage
Americans
speech?
are
Oh, it was
exhausted
something.
trying to keep up
Like,
with
this
the
is
latest
just
list of
And it's
approved
amazing
words
because,
and
like,
phrases
I think it's
American
interesting.
garbage.
and the
Think of
ever
it this
more
way.
restrictive
All right. So when he was
political
speaking about
decrees,
hypothetical violence in the
many
streets, it was
things
mostly a
have a
fantasy, right?
different
Because
name now,
like that was the funny thing
the
about
rules
his
are
like the pitch of his
constantly
campaign and that stuff about
The goal
blood in the
of
streets is that
cancel
crime was
culture is
very
to
low.
make
The
decent
economy was
Americans live in
obviously it
fear
was
of
like,
being
you know,
fired,
it was a fake
expelled,
recovery, but
shamed,
it was going in
humiliated,
a
and
positive
driven from
direction
society
anyway.
as we know
Things
it.
were relatively stable.
far left
And he had
wants
these really
to
vivid and
coerce you
very
into
enthusiastic
saying
fantasies of
what
urban
you know
violence.
to be false
And now he's
and
run for
scare
president,
you out of
and after
saying
talking about it for
what
4
you know
years,
to
it's
be
literally
true.
come true.
Very sad.
You could
But
say
on
that he
November
like spoke
3rd,
it into
You
existence.
can send them a
And so
very
now
thundering
that he's talking about
message they
actual
will
violence in
never
the
forget.
streets, it's like there's a weird hollowness to it. I don't know. Like there's a recognition. It's weird. I don't get it.
Yeah, he like doesn't. It's like we gotta get the Trump holding the Bible back.
Yes. Well,
Yeah.
the thing
A
is,
beautiful
he got
Trump we only had so
pushback
recently.
from that though. He got stung by that because like even the handsome generals came out against him on it, and that really stung him. Which is how I know he's not going to do a coup. By the way, Because the handsome generals would just say, I don't think so, sir. And he would say, never mind. I was just saying it would be funny.
Trump doing a coup? Come on, that's ridiculous.
That'd be so
People
funny.
think it's going to happen. It's absurd.
No way. No way is Trump going to do it.
0% chance.
It's more likely that the National Security Council does a coup than Trump does a coup.
Yeah, of course. No, if there was a coup, he would be removed. He would be
Yeah,
removed
he
from
would
power.
be couped. Yeah.
He'd be like the guy that got that the Soviets clipped when they invaded Afghanistan.
I do actually really worry what's gonna happen. Like, if they split the popular and the electoral college vote again.
They have armed guards for themselves.
Well,
it's gonna be chaos.
And you know what? Somebody said today, and every time they say this and gas themselves up, but
the fact
is, this time it's really possible. 269 is a possibility.
What's the name of that building?
The math can add
The
up.
only thing it would take is there's like something weird. I can't remember exactly what it is, but it's like the only thing it would take is I think Wisconsin going
Trump.
Trump.
Oh no, it wasn't Wisconsin. What it is, I saw the model. It's if everything is the same as the Hillary Trump map,
and it's not a building, it's a home.
Biden flips only Pennsylvania, Michigan, and the third Nebraska electoral vote, because those weirdos split them up like Maine does by congressional district. That would be 269, and that's not outside of the realm of possibility. Because Wisconsin, I would say, is the hardest one to get back. I think they've already got Pennsylvania and Michigan back, but fucking Wisconsin is not. Wisconsin seems to be on an edge. I mean, maybe not. It could happen. And if that's the case, Katie barred the goddamn door.
Matt, I don't know if you guys caught it, but just a little while ago, he said it's not a White House, it's a white home.
That's pretty good.
To me. Yeah, it's pretty
nice
good.
little nod to Melania.
It's a white home. That's got. People are gonna say that's like that's a dog whistle to like white nationalism. A white home.
Yeah, they're always saying about the white home.
10 million jobs in the
I don't
next
know.
10 months.
Maybe I misquoted. He was like, "It's a White House, but it's also a home."
I like that. It's nice.
For assaults on law enforcement and surge federal prosecutors into high crime.
Those guys are sweaty.
Yeah, here we go. Throw people in jail. It works so far. It's not like this is all happening.
How long
with
has he
us
been
still
going on?
having a world.
Almost an hour.
Yeah, fucking.
He's really going off. This is bad. Too long, boring.
The crowd looks tired. The applause it's not enthusiastic.
Oh, it's late there. It's 11:24.
Threaten our people and keep
Those people
America
are all
out of
70 plus
endless
years
and
old.
costly foreign wars.
Speaking of late, thanks to all the people who are still watching with us. All 5,000 of you. Thank you.
They're all in Guam.
Yes. Our audience of 180 Brooklyn dirtbags and 5,000 Guamanians.
Agenda, which is illegal.
Oh, he's talking justices.
We will ensure equal justice for citizens of every race,
It's
religion,
illegal.
color, and creed. We will uphold your religious liberty and defend your Second Amendment right to keep and bear
He's making a
arms.
grimace. Oh. That's right. I will say, nothing makes me more angry than the image of Moms Demand Action ladies taking my guns.
Nothing makes me more angry than moms in general.
If those ladies want action, I'll give it to them, baby. Bop, bop.
I can tell you that.
That's rock.
That's parody.
We will
Yeah,
protect
I'll give it. I was doing bop bop. Let's game, baby. Love a little Fortnite.
Protect patients with pre-existing conditions. And that is a pledge from the entire Republican.
They're literally
Party.
suing to try to prevent to not require the covering of pre-existing conditions.
We
I mean,
will
that's
end
another one that
surprise
blows me
medical
away.
billing, require price transparency, and further reduce the cost.
You know, we
of
were so
prescription
looking
drugs
forward to
and
this
health
against the
insurance
DNC for
premiums. They're
the
coming
blood
way
and
down.
soil at
Yeah,
least being
this is
entertaining. And
I have to say,
Monday had blood and soil.
Continuing
All
to
the rest of
remain
this
the
has
number
been like.
one
Yeah, it's been a big
in the
downhill.
world
I would say
and
that
keep
this is the
America
sign that we will not
energy
get debates. Which
Yeah, we're not. I
Well,
mean,
did you see Pelosi said that we weren't getting them?
I called that. By
It
the
wasn't
way.
even
It's
from
just-
Trump. It was Pelosi. She was like, I don't think we should have it Because I don't think that we should normalize Trump or something.
I said that like 2 months ago. I said they're going to do. We're not going to platform a fascist in order to keep this freaking.
I love it. I love
spilling
it.
his brains out of his mouth.
It's all fucking downstream from Twitter, doesn't it? Fucking, it blows my mind how downstream from social media so much of this shit is.
Anybody who uses the word fucking normalize should be in fucking it's the jail.
There's every single journalist and media operative and every single fucking asshole political consultant is on Twitter for a reason. And all this shit is downstream. I'm just gonna say that.
They when they tweet and then look at the tweet, that is their neurons firing. They're assimilating the world and then becoming part of it. It is their brain.
They're like, oh, well, what's this argument makes sense? I mean, it's all downstream.
A new age of no, it is. It's
Zero Head should host a debate.
America will land the
oh my God, I would love that. Am I allowed to say that?
Fuck yeah.
It's beautiful.
I don't know what the deal is. I've never read those guys. What's the deal?
Well, it's by Tyler Durden from the movie Fight Club.
Are you familiar with his work?
That will bring.
He just said we're gonna plant our beautiful flag on Mars.
So tonight I say to all Americans.
Yeah, putting a permanent settlement on Mars is in the Republican program.
There has never been such a difference between two.
Incredible angle right now, Jesus.
Yeah, it's really
so wet. This is the biggest and wettest he's ever been.
Than there is right now.
I mean, that neck.
Our opponents believe that America
think of how tight his collar is. I mean, it's like
I know it's like wants to
know the truth.
It's like a Spanx.
Luke, do you
He's
remember
got like neck Spanx.
Do you remember when guys who played in bands, like bass players, used to do this? Like they'd always be like,
Carlos D, baby. Yeah. You got the full Carlos D look on, Brace.
Will you do it again? Come on, do it. Nah.
Yeah.
With the fucking shoulder holster?
It's really cool.
Brace cosplaying the bassist from Interpol right now.
No, it was like 2009. It's like guys.
Yeah. Proud and independent American patriots.
Put a fork in him, goddamn! I gotta go to work tomorrow.
Pilgrims
and trailblazers who
whoever just paid for that alert, very good. Or I don't know how the alerts work, but that was a good one.
Americans have steel in their spines, grit in their souls.
Steel in their spines?
Fire in their hearts.
No, it's a complex operation, but it's doable.
Like us on Earth. I want every child in America to know that you are
Biden campaign put out a statement in response to Pelosi saying they plan to debate Trump.
Losing juice, so I need to charge them. I need to exit for a second, but I will be back if the shit is still going on. Hold on.
I feel like it's almost ending.
Devotion and
man,
drive,
Jesus.
You can reach any goal.
I'm surprised mine haven't died.
Every ambition.
What do I got? No, I'm good.
Those aren't even mine. I would never wear AirPods because I can't handle the dying, but I'd never remember to charge them.
They brave the freezing winters.
Let's get grilling.
The raging rivers.
I thought I had because I remembered we were doing this, so I had them all plugged in for the afternoon.
And worked from dawn till dusk.
I'm a planner.
These pioneers didn't have money. They didn't have fame. But they had.
He is really sweaty.
They love their families.
How hot is it in DC right now?
No, it's the lights. It's just the lights. And the makeup, like, kind of
it's
melting.
84 degrees.
They picked up their Bible.
And he's in that suit.
Packed up their belongings. Climbed into their covered wagons.
Fuck, I can't believe he's talking about covered wagons an hour in.
I know.
That is first paragraph. You talk about Conestoga wagons in the first paragraph.
He should, you know what he should be doing? He should be connecting this to going to fucking Mars, man.
Yeah, man.
That's true.
Remember the Oregon Trail? Now we got the Martian Trail.
It will be a Martian Trail, and people, because that's the only way to give hope, right? It's like, hey, hope, a new life awaits you in the off-world colonies.
Absolutely.
Like Earth is a dying cinder. This is the only hope of recreating the frontier thesis and recreating the pressure valve.
No one actually wants to go to Mars, besides like weirdo
Hey, if it's the
freaks
only
like
option,
Elon Musk.
nobody really wanted to go to North Dakota, but they did.
Americans
Who wants to go to North Dakota? If it's the
No,
only
they didn't
land
know
that's
who would be
available, you
there.
do it.
Yeah, they didn't know there was a North
Our
Dakota.
nation
What I'm saying is that even when they got to
For all
America,
they knew, it could have been California.
No, the people who ended up in North Dakota.
I would have kept going.
Want to go
like
there. They didn't want to go there. That was what was left. So if Mars is left, then that's where we're going to go. Even if it sucks, it is terrible. Because the Dakotas suck. If you guys know about the children's blizzard?
Yeah, he's talking about the fucking railroads?
Yeah. Dying from dysentery is coming back big in
We made
2021.
the cottage a wonderful friend of the family.
I swear to God, if fucking Jared wrote this speech.
Jared wrote this speech.
This is globalism.
This speech sucks.
Folks, I'm telling you, demons wrote this speech, folks. I'm telling you, the goblins got into the White House, and they got in there, and they are writing this.
I'll tell you this. It has never been more clear that Steve Bannon does not work for Donald Trump.
From Yorktown.
No, this is not Bannonian. And yeah.
There's the no Bannonian
that's
flair.
left on the ground.
Okay, guys.
There's no Bannonian flair.
Okay, guys, I'm back. I gotta say, just for that minute or so I ducked out, this is really delivering for me. This part of the Donnie speech where he just rattled off Annie Oakley, Buffalo Bill.
Why is he doing
that?
6 million
Americana.
Wait, one more. And the line where he said, "It's what we've always done. We've done everything with Americans with style and flair."
We launched it thousands of miles into space. We did it.
We have been 100% fabulous. He is such an old queen.
He's talking about the moon.
Over the next 3 years, we will prove worthy of this magnificent.
Except not dying of an incredibly preventable virus. That's the one thing that's not possible in America. America, nothing is possible except no less than 180,000 people die when you have a fucking pandemic, even though it's worse than every other country in the world combined, almost.
Together we are.
That is beyond America's capacity. Well, then America might not be able to do a lot. I gotta say, it might suck ass. That's a pretty high bar to clear to be even minimally functional.
Oh my God, is it over?
He's still got to stick the landing.
This
he's
is
not
really
sticking shit.
boring, man.
And on November 3rd,
Oof.
we will make America safer. We will make America stronger.
He's so low energy. It's like he's being safe.
And we will make America greater than ever before. I am
Terrible
very
advisor.
proud to be
Make America greater than ever before. Magib.
Make America greater.
I love you all. God bless you, and God bless America. Thank you very much.
Fuck. That sucks.
Ending on Annie Oakley?
Yep. The great American.
There's like no
Buffalo
fire
Bill.
in his belly. There's like
Dude.
nothing.
He must
don't
not
want to win.
look
I mean, he's
sour
sick of
he
being
looks.
president. We know that.
His internal
The thing
poll is
about
doing really bad, Liz.
He is trapped.
What?
He is genuinely. He is trapped in an agony because Trump does not want to serve another term.
Fireworks!
Trump does not. I really don't believe Trump does not want to serve another term, but he also equally does not want to lose an election. So he has no thing to do. He's miserable.
Nice.
So, hey, just right now, I just want to say this is a dog whistle to when the NYPD was giving people fireworks and having them set off.
Oh yeah, that Claudio operation. That
I like when they do the shapes.
Ooh.
hey,
Big wet fart ending, we love it.
oh God, there it is, Trump.
It's Virgil.
Yeah.
Hey, Will, do you remember when Dinesh D'Souza's movie ended with people watching fireworks?
Yeah, that was
Because
awesome.
old people love fireworks.
This
Hi.
30 Rock,
Oh,
where they like
hey, it's
accidentally
Virgil,
blow
Texas.
up Rockefeller Center.
Virgil, Texas in the chat.
They're doing a grand old flag. When was the last time a human person heard the grand old flag?
First time, long time. I wanted to call in.
I mean, this is just.
First off, loving those flags. I don't know if you saw those flags tonight.
They're amazing.
Those beautiful fucking Halloween costume ass flags. And I wanted to echo some of our president's statements. Yes, it is true. Cancel culture did not build America.
Are we sure about that?
These are some pretty good fucking fireworks, dude.
Yeah, these fireworks
I've enjoyed them.
rock.
They did not skimp on the
Wow.
fireworks.
These are like way cooler than Kamala waving at a TV screen.
I think also hi to Brace and Liz. Hello, good evening. I do think it is a
Trump ended his speech with a "Make America Great Again" like he was Yoda dying in Return of the Jedi.
Your acceptance speech to set off fireworks and indicate you are like the fucking shithead in everyone's neighborhood who is still setting up fireworks 2 months after the 4th of July.
Well, so I mean, basically, so DC is majority black, and so what I assume happened here is the DC Police Department gave Trump all of these fireworks and said to set it off in a minority neighborhood.
Now, listen. I really just wanted to. Listen, I just really just wanted to call in for one reason, just one reason, to explain to you a very fascinating concept that I think you'll all be very interested in. All right.
You should be deleted from Twitter.
Have you considered
the hell it's called?
Purchasing simultaneously a Domino's pizza
I reached
and
out to
a
Takashi,
Papa John's pizza?
It helped me out a lot. He just said, fuck all that hate.
Throwing away the Papa John's pizza because it's garbage, of course. But doing so that you may dip the Domino's pizza in the garlic sauce.
Oh, that would be so good!
The Papa John's pizza.
Now, I love that.
I can't have garlic sauce over pizza.
Of course not. The
Lactose
Semitic curse.
intolerant. Yeah, sorry.
All you get in exchange is the entire world's economy. Too bad.
Grace, I know they don't let you have garlic sauce in the CIA. That's fine. But for everyone else,
pizza, man.
For everyone else, imagine
I will
the
say that
depravity
sounds great, and I would love
imagine the depravity of this act. The
garlic sauce.
utter the sybaritic nature of it.
It's like ortolan. It's like eating the ortolan bunting with a cloth over your head.
Yes, you must have one of those hideous tarp American flags draped over you in order to do that, to hide your shame from God or Trump.
I gotta say though that I hate Papa John's, but I do like the garlic sauce, and I really love the really thin, extra thin crust Domino's. It's genuinely good.
Yes,
and you just like fold one of those little bad boys up, dip them in that. That would be tremendous.
This man is a sensualist. This man knows. He understands.
Yes. And it is also decadent and disgusting to do that. Like, part of the pleasure is
garlic sauce is fucking
the cruelty. There's the cruelty adheres to the act.
Cruelty adheres to the act, absolutely.
That is what gives you the pleasure.
Yep, correct. 100% correct.
Whoa.
That is my message to you on this wonderful night.
Dude, who's the blonde lady next to Donald Trump Jr.?
Oh, is it Guilford?
Is it Ivanka?
No. She's like one I haven't seen before.
I think that's Laura Trump. That's Eric's wife.
Yeah.
That's Eric's wife, yeah. Eric kept his wife.
Whoa, they're still going.
Yeah,
that's a lot of fireworks. Holy shit.
Yeah.
They're very sweaty. I'm hearing that they're very sweaty.
Who's they?
These are really good.
Yeah, this is insane.
Keep it going. Let's go. Can't wait for the finale.
Just because we were talking about it earlier, and this is what I think about when I think about the RNC.
So I know people are worried about the Hatch Act, right? I've been hearing that a lot.
I'm very concerned about the Hatch Act. I've been thinking nonstop about it.
I hear a lot of concern and care about the Hatch Act. That, you can't use the White House for a baldly political event. But no, hang on a minute.
Out to Takashi.
That's not Laura
named
Trump.
Now, hang on a minute.
That's not Laura Trump. No, hold on. Who is that? Next to Donald.
That's Tiffany.
That's Tiffany.
Bro, that's Tiffany, bro.
That's Tiffany, dude.
Freeze.
No, hold on.
Chill.
Oh, sorry. I just didn't know who that was.
Yeah, okay. Calm down.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, yeah, come on, dude.
I saw someone
together.
Wide angle.
Keep it tight.
Wide angle.
I saw someone say
that's not a wide angle, my friend.
Hey, nobody cares about
wide
this,
angle of the mind.
Nobody cares about this Hatch Act shit anymore. Nobody cares about it. And then, of course, people reply with, "But you should care. You should care."
Oh wait! I gotta hear what this guy's singing.
Who is this?
Wait, is someone singing?
He's an opera singer.
Oh God, hell yeah!
You know what?
He's doing opera.
In Trump's
It's
coronavirus
classy.
America,
Like
they call him poverty-ati.
Terrible.
Christopher Macchio.
Oh, they're not. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm on CNN, so they're not showing the guy.
Oh, we're on C-SPAN. This is a public broadcast.
Dude, look at Baron's eyes.
That's my dude.
Baron's autistic, right? That's the theory?
Yeah, big time.
Yeah.
So weird.
Virgil,
Like,
turn
the
your TV
tone
down
is
a little
just,
bit.
like all over the place.
Sorry. Everyone is like they just have commentary over the opera guy. Very sorry about that. But anyway, back to the Hatch Act. Look, obviously the president is above the law. We all agree on that. Like, it's happened. We all saw it. So I'm sorry. What do you want to happen? For me to care or what? Because I've got a lot that I care about, and this is not one of those things.
That they're finally going to get him on that thing that no one knows what it is.
Well, if you're going to keep talking about the Hatch Act, like, are you just talking
This
about
is
it
like
so
the
that
Pope
you
coming
would want
out
to
to
make
bless
me
the crowd
personally, Virgil, care about it? Because I'm just not gonna. It's just not gonna happen. It doesn't work like that.
Hatch Act is made up. It's like the Third Amendment. It's not real.
It's fucked up shit. No, it's like I'm fucking disassociated enough that I do not know what the Hatch Act is, and I know what it is. And that's how it fucking works.
It's all over the place. This is
it's
so
the Hatch
not
Act-
aesthetically consistent. This entire production, from the green dress to the opera to the fireworks
Green dress
to
looks very out
Annie
of
Oakley,
brought to life.
it's all very confusing.
She matches Ivanka.
Gang.
Listen, I just wanted to call in and let you all know about that brilliant project that we're working on right now. About ordering from the two pizza companies.
And
if anyone,
Wait, is he singing Hallelujah?
No
Yes.
shit, I'm so high I thought Baron
Wait,
was on his shirt.
Oh my god.
What the fuck?
Let it. One time I met Jackson Brown.
Dude, yes.
Dude, I met Jackson Brown one time with my buddy Vinny Martini at Great American, and Vinny had he had bought a book of Leonard Cohen's poetry earlier that day, and he had it with him because we went straight to the show. And fucking Jackson Brown was like, "Oh, great book! I love Lenny. Let me take a picture of you guys of that book, and I'll send it to Leonard." Pretty cool.
hey, Brace, I'll send a picture of Leonard right now. Just wanted to say that, and also anyone out there listening to this, if you try that move and you want to hasten the end of the American Empire, send the photographs to Will Menaker on Twitter.
Will, do you have an announcement?
With that,
No, I was just gonna say I
love you guys. Bye-bye.
For the evening.
Bye, Virgil.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
Virgil.
Hey, Virgil.
I was gonna say I need to sign off as well because it's late and I'm driving my parents insane. Yes, I'm living with my parents right now.
Respect.
But it's to take care
Nice.
of business. I'm taking care of family business. All right.
Okay, baby.
That's what they all
You
say.
do you.
That's what every NEET has ever said.
Yes, I'm.
I can't believe they're singing Hallelujah. I'm
This is
sorry.
madness.
I'm
That
like
is really
fucking
funny.
blown.
The best part of the night.
This has been the most
Yeah.
psychedelic
This was
thing that has happened
before-
so far.
This has
by
definitely
far-
been the most psychedelic thing.
I like the pageantry. It's the only thing that's really like touches at what the civic culture would look like if we actually did have a Trumpian fascism, if that was consistent and coherent and applicable, like what the hegemonic culture would look like. It would be like you turn on your TV at 8
It's
o'clock and it would be this
consistent.
on every channel.
But that's the thing, is that it's like it's not
The
even, it couldn't even be
surprise finale
fascist
is
because it has no
Mussolini's
actual
granddaughter
aesthetic.
coming
It's
out
like,
after this
how
to
can it be like
declare a new
fireworks,
American
Annie
life.
Oakley, and fucking Hallelujah? It makes absolutely no sense. And with his speech, it's like the most incoherent fucking thing I've ever seen.
Just like fascism, baby.
Just
Disappointing.
It's a stew.
I just real quick though.
It's
real
a
quick.
Is this Ave Maria?
Real quick, I just
Yeah.
want to say
All right.
good night to the chat and good night to Liz and Brace and Matt and Virgil and everyone who tuned in
Good night.
this evening.
Good
Good night, everybody,
Well-
and good luck.
Semper content,
Yeah.
Will. You guys want to hang out for a little longer?
Semper motherfucking content. I'm
I gotta
fine.
get some food
I got
pretty
nowhere to
soon.
go.
I got like 5-10 minutes probably.
All right. We can
Yeah,
chill out
that
for a little
sounds good.
longer. We'll watch this. I mean, do you want me to field some questions from the chat, or do you guys want to just go?
Let me leak.
If you saw any good ones.
Yeah, if you seen any good ones, let me leak the lizard real quick, though.
Yeah. I'm gonna minimize this though to show off our great vaporwave background. So Liz, you haven't seen any of the DNC or RNC?
No, I saw the clip of. I mean, I didn't watch any of it on TV, but I saw a clip of Biden and Harris accepting the nomination, like waving at the screens, which was like so fucking weird.
Yeah.
So that's like all I saw.
They've not been good. They've both been, as we've been chronicling on the show, different visions of decay with different attitudes towards them.
Yeah. Whoa, Baron.
Yeah. It's why now that I've turned this off, I gotta bring this back up. This is very goofy.
I don't know how you guys sit through all this shit.
By making quips and wiseacres.
Coincidentally, this is the same playlist from
Witty
Mussolini's
banter.
inauguration.
Yep, it really does save the day.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I have to say though, having it outside with people really has a way different presentation than indoors with fucking Zoom, like office calls. It's a pretty big contrast.
Yeah, no, the Democrat. The thing is, I think one of the reasons the Democratic was like that, part of it being that they had to signal how much they respected Dr. Fauci by not doing any kind of.
And I totally get it, but it's like.
Do not read.
But also because they're Democrats, which means the whole like Zoomification of the world is part of their project. It's part of their broader cultural project. Every relationship being bug-like in the year 2525, slavery to. Like, you get your food from Seamless, and you go on Zoom for 12 hours a day to click on boxes to maintain your fucking quality of living, which is slightly above a goddamn Teamster at the turn of the century. That kind of thing.
I like watching Trump, like, fake sing along. I find it very charming.
He's like,
all of us have been there where we don't know the words, but we're supposed to look like we do, and we're just like,
Society by Byung-Chul
oh, he's doing it.
play
And
video
he ended the
games
America.
too.
Look at Barron.
Gigantic.
that dude.
But like, look at his nervous arm.
He's got to be 6'5". He's got to be 6'5". But look at his Irmis arms. He's not comfortable there. He is not happy being there.
I mean, this is a tough thing.
Virgin Chad. He's the prince that was promised. He's the Virgin Chad.
He's sis. I'm telling you guys, he resolves the dialectic.
And here it is, the Republican Party, the entirety,
I 100%
the
agree.
entirety of the Trump family, the entirety of the party.
Who's that next to Jared? Mine just ended. It took me to I watched this. You know, have you guys ever encountered left-wing YouTubers?
Yes.
RedTube, you mean?
I've never watched any of that shit.
I like a couple months ago. I'd never seen any of it. A couple months ago, I like watched a few, and it's dog shit. It is way worse than podcasts.
Well, I never engaged with it because it's the reference. BreadTube is to fucking Kropotkin. That's an anarchist.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Not my thing. But it is like
not my circus, not my monkeys.
It's this weird, like, cloying, cutesy. It reminds me.
YouTube is always like wacko wow.
Yeah, it's like
that's the actual content. Like the political stuff is just filler. The real content is that approach to entertainment.
Exactly, and it's like
the
this.
Wacko eyes.
I saw like one with some like dumb British guy, and then the fucking big fella. With the beard and shit. He was like a Joe Biden guy, anarchist or whatever. It's incredible. It's who only these guys.
You're offline, by the way. We're not spilling any tea.
Oh, well, it's back on now.
Oh, well, okay. These guys are incredible.
Yeah, no, that Bausch guy. People want me to debate him, and I've looked.
What's the debate?
Like, what would you want me to jangle keys in front of his face? He seems like one of the dumbest people I've ever encountered.
He is literally. He's
a YouTuber,
a corpulent.
Yeah.
Independent filmmaker who literally all he does. This is his job. he sits in front of the computer and he like talks to people. It's like, well, he's like, when I said material conditions guys earlier, he's one of those guys.
Anything that's good is material conditions.
And it's like this guy, it's just like, it blows my mind because these politics don't exist anywhere outside of this particular.
It's all fantasy online bullshit.
It doesn't even really exist on like Twitter. I mean, yeah, it does, but like it's mostly just from YouTube. It's like it is literally
YouTube. It really is
of bad politics that comes.
Did you see the meme that guy made of himself?
Oh yes, that was great.
It might be the worst meme I've ever seen.
All right, are we done here? Are they still gonna go?
Yeah. Oh, I hope he has more songs in him.
God, it's like a bad wedding.
It's terrible. Oh God, it's so bad.
Matt, there was another guy that it was like the wackest shit I've ever seen. He looks like a fucking
Green dress is a choice.
Yeah.
And he's just like, it's like, I don't even know how to describe it, man. But it is, I'm telling you, man, that is putting those people away for a long time.
It's a grim region of the internet, that's for sure.
It is dire.
Yeah, there be dragons. Yeah, steer clear.
All
of
right,
that
you guys,
quadrant.
we did it.
We did it.
Looks like we did it, guys.
I can't believe I did
Dude,
that.
Can you believe that? I think I think I might be the only one who did every night. Am I?
Yeah, even I didn't do every night.
I didn't.
Yeah, I think I am the only one who did every night. I absorbed all of that content. I dissolved my frontal lobe with it. Oh no, I did one night. I didn't do, but I did every other night, and my brain is now liquid form. It is sloshing around by my ankles right now.
You've also been doing your live streams almost every day. You've been a streaming.
I have, and I
king.
gotta say, I feel like I'm onto something lately.
We all
I'm
we
claiming
all
the
are.
cube. We all are. We're vibing. I'm very proud of all of us.
TrueAnon has been top shelf recently.
Great stuff.
Yeah.
Wow. Spider Network, brilliant.
Spider Network was great. We love the TrueAnon. Yeah, it's been great.
Well, I'll talk to you guys. We talk all the time.
Yeah,
Yeah. We'll be back.
All right. I'm gonna go. All
right.
I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. Leave a mystery.
Oh, you're gonna make it mysterious. Nice.
You guys.
I'm gonna stay mysterious.
You guys are breaking up. You guys are breaking up. I'm out.
All right.
Yeah.
Bye, Bryce. Bye,
Okay.
Liz.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
All right. Bye.
Wait, how do I? Oh, there we go. Bye.
Bye. Bye, stream. It's been nice hanging out with you. Good night. Good night.